it's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
When I need jeans, I order online because I know exactly what I want. They have just one moving part, and if there's something wrong, I exchange them. Buying a vehicle, especially pre-owned, is way different. Lots of moving parts. You don't want to get stuck. For a worry-free purchase, visit Phelps Chevrolet. We've been here in town a very long time. You know us. You know we stand behind everything we sell. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Come get you one.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
Sustained effort and violence.
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
Do we not agree?
It could be a total goat rodeo.
Was that supposed to be funny?
Cool, neat story.
A fat, stinky kind of dude that someone thought had a radio voice.
What's wrong with my voice?
Doesn't seem like a real bad guy, but just a bit full of himself and sees himself as a huge radio personality.
Dominating the East Coast.
He looks fat and stinky.
Oh.
And is an absolute bozo.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Hello, and welcome to this Wednesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Gorge Day in Eastern North Carolina. Way too old to say gorge. Beautiful day, Butte Day in Eastern North Carolina. Lovely day, Love's Day. Chandler keeping me in my lane early on in the show.
I was gonna say hump day.
Hump day. Campbell plays later.
And he's like, too much.
Chandler, are you the new show dad? Trying to keep us in order here?
Yeah, we're not off to a good start, folks.
Oh, God.
All right, Daddy.
Let's stay in the lane.
Here's an inside joke from earlier. Welcome into the program. I'm in a good mood today because I'm watching conference tournament basketball during the program and have been doing so for the majority of the afternoon. We'll have updates on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Dubuck as we go on throughout the show because the mini madness is here. So got a lot of hoops to discuss today. Got a lot of baseball to discuss today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930. You can find us online, pr927fm.com. And also watch the show on Facebook Live and on YouTube. We've got those platforms running today. So if you want to chime in with a question or comment, you can do so on Facebook Live. Just like us on Facebook. You can see the video there, or watch us on YouTube and chime in that way. So we will be reading your comments throughout today's program as well. All right, a lot of guests to get to on today's show. A couple of first-timers here on Pirate Radio Live, including coming up in about 20 minutes or so. We'll talk to Patrick Mason. Patrick writes for the Daily Reflector, who is the new Jordan Anders, Ronnie Woodward, Nate Summers beat writer for ECU. Well, it's Patrick Mason, and we will get to know him today. on the program. He joins us here in studio in about 20 minutes. We will also talk to the play-by-play voice of ECU baseball in the 4 o'clock hour, Scott Rogers. Pirates coming off a win over Duke. We will tell you all about that one in a moment. Jeff Charles joins us in hour number 2, and former East Carolina tight end Bryce Williams joins us in the 5 o'clock hour. All of that plus a conference tournament preview. We'll run over the smaller conference tournaments and talk about tonight's action with Jeff Nadu at the tail end of hour number 1. So we are locked and loaded with some great sports talk here on a Wednesday. We're also wearing really cool shirts. The papers want to know whose shirt you wear. I wear Pirate Radio shirts, as does Shirley and Chandler.
Back-to-back days wearing just straight-up swag. Wearing straight-up Jungle Vibes only swag.
Dad, don't try to sound cool like that.
You know why I like to wear swag? Because
you trying to keep me in my lane now?
Yeah, stay in your lane.
It's one more day where I don't have to do laundry.
There you go. Add another shirt to the stable. Coming up Thursday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., you can purchase a new Jungle Vibes only t-shirt for just $10.
Just 10.
Only $10. 3 different styles. Today I'm wearing the performance style.
So am I.
As is Chan Man, because
I'm wearing the long sleeve.
We are performers. Shirley rocking the long sleeves, keeping it professional, covering up all her tattoos, her arm sleeves.
Say something else.
What do you think I was going to say?
I'm not going to say it on the air.
All right. I don't know why you thought I'd say something ugly.
It wouldn't be the first time.
All right. 3 different styles: performance, long sleeve, and the tie-dye joint that I was rocking yesterday. All are for $10 each. 100% of the proceeds will be donated to the ECU Baseball Mustache March campaign to strike out ALS. So UBE, Thursday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., pick up 1, 2, or 3 of the new Jungle Vibes only t-shirts while supplies last. So get there and be ready to shell out just $10 measly for these awesome shirts. And we'll be seeing a bunch of them, I would imagine, at Clark LeClaire Stadium this weekend for the Keith LeClaire Classic. Coming up Thursday on the show, we will talk to the daughter of Keith LeClaire, Audrey LeClaire, will join us on the program. We'll talk about some of her memories about her father and also her time being around here in Greenville during some great days of Pirate baseball, and those days continuing on now with the legacy of Keith LeClaire, and that will be celebrated coming up this weekend. All right, so got all that coming up on the show. We got the shirts tomorrow, UBE, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., and we got a Pirate baseball team that's giving us something to talk about, as somebody once said. Who said that, Shirley?
Bonnie Raitt.
Bonnie Raitt said
Let's
that.
give them something to talk about.
Boy, that was beautiful.
Something to figure out.
Something to talk about.
How about 2 straight wins over ACC opponents?
How about it?
I'll take that. Did you see the stat to consider from last night about how many wins in the state of North Carolina and who has the most wins in the state of North Carolina?
Let's say I didn't see that, and you can read it right now.
All right, hold on. I got to pull it up here real quick. You got it? I know that East Carolina leads the pack.
They lead the pack in the state of North Carolina with 260 wins, with I think you have State trailing them.
Make that 261 because that was before we won the game last night.
So ECU with 261 wins after the win last night against Duke. UNC behind the Pirates with 253, and the Wolfpack with 251, followed by UNCW with 226, and then Duke, who the Pirates beat last night, with 218 wins. So Pirates sit atop the pack there in the state of North Carolina when it comes to, in terms of wins.
Stat to consider. Stat to consider. ECU with a 12-2 victory last night, and just got a lot of runs late in that game. Got 6 in the 9th. But Chandler, we were watching it. They a lot of times early in that game, East Carolina got a lead, lost the lead, came right back in the 6th inning and added a couple of runs, and thought it would be kind of nip and tuck. But credit to the pitching, credit to the bullpen last night, and really Nick Logish getting it started with 4 innings of great work. Ben Terwilliger gave up a 2-run homer, and that was it for him and for the team. Josh Gross went 3 innings. He earned the win last night. And your guy, Danny Beal, was dealing once again. 3 strikeouts in 1 inning of work for Danny Beal.
Shutting the door on the Blue Devils last night. And Clip, what a beautiful sound this is going to hear. What you're going to hear here.
What are you saying now? That was not a beautiful sound.
That was not a beautiful sound. But 13 hits for the Pirates. And then you were talking about that pitching. 15 strikeouts for that pitching staff last night.
How many hits did Duke finish up with?
1, 2, buckle my shoe.
Okay,
3, 4, shut the door.
Okay, so they finished with 2 hits because the one I know was the 2-run shot. So I didn't know if they had an additional hit.
And you mentioned this earlier, Clip, but a big 9th inning there for the Pirates, scoring 6 runs with the help of the 4 errors from Duke.
Yeah, 2 hits and 4 errors for the Devils last night. Touching tribute to Coach K. As he wraps up his basketball career, Duke strikes out all those times last night.
How about the tilt-a-whirl last night? 3 for 5. He scored 3 runs.
Come on, come on.
And he had an RBI and a walk and did strike out once. But Bryce and Worrell with 3 hits last night for the Pirates. And then
I was going to say, it was good to see the bats really getting the guys that you expect to get the hits that you need were getting the hits. Bryson Worrell being one of them, Ryder Giles, Zach Agnos, Alec Makarevich. I mean, all of those guys, we have been waiting for them to really be not just getting the hits, but being consistent with it.
AMAC with a nice night last night, 3 for 5 at the plate, 4 RBIs for AMAC. So, yeah, like you mentioned, the bats got hot last night, and that's exactly what we were waiting for with this ECU baseball team. And so that was good to see. And, of course, the pitching has been strong all season long, and those 15 strikeouts is a awesome stat to see.
All right, your Bud Light ECU report is a happy one today with the Pirates coming off that 12-2 victory. 3rd win of the year, and Shirley Cliff Godwin said the best that East Carolina's played so far this season.
I thought it was our best overall game. I thought Logan gave us a great start out. It was really good. It was really tough to see here early on because of that shadow. Stetson did a good job against us, but once we got going, we just got that going, which was huge. But Josh Rose, in my opinion, set the tone when he came out after it was 2-2. Offense responded, and Rose just said, hey, that's it. And then the offense kept at it, and Danny came in and did a great job.
That sounded like our David Price Construction countdown to kickoff.
And $5 if you were able to decipher any of that.
So I got a little bit of it. I found out that it's a lot easier to decipher when you are reading Cliff's lips and seeing the video. But there was a lot of stuff going on in the background there. So,
and the funny thing is I was listening to Scott Rogers the broadcast like in my car because I was on my way home and I can't watch the video feed while I'm driving. So I was listening to
you could.
I mean, you could, but that would
be dangerous.
Yeah,
it's not a good choice,
especially the way you react during games and get excited.
Yeah, I know. It's like yes, and then I'm in a ditch. So, but I was listening to it, and they had a foul ball, and Scooter said that they have like an aluminum roof, and and at one point. They were like, oh, it's fouled back, and there was just this loud bang.
It sounds like there's something ran into the top of your car, like a bird.
Yeah, and I mean, I was just like, what in the world? I mean, it you would think with a minor league ballpark it'd be built maybe a little bit different, but it was a loud place to be last night. Apparently,
hit that clip again. Did somebody say stop vacuuming or somebody?
Oh, hold on. Let me pull it back up.
Yeah,
here.
They were like.
I think it could have been It could have been Malcolm telling somebody to stop banging on whatever it was that they were banging on.
Can you be quiet, please?
Thank you. I thought I heard stop vacuuming. Maybe it was stop banging. I don't know.
I'm trying to get to it here. Let's see. There it is, right there.
Cliff.
It was really good. It was really tough to see here early on because of that shadow. Stinson did a good job against us. But once we got rolling, just kept adding on, which was huge. But Josh Groves, in my opinion, set the tone when he came out after it was 2-2. Offense responded.
Stop vacuuming.
That's what I thought I heard.
And the offense kept adding.
It's like
Either that or it stopped that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, but what it sounds like maybe is that somebody's, hitting their cleats to get the dirt off the bottom of their cleats on the side.
Could be.
I know that's what we used to do.
New segment on the show. Name that sound.
Name that sound. That did sound like either gunshots or it did sound like the David Price construction countdown to kickoff. Let's hear that.
Do you know off the top of your head?
Let's just wait for the banging.
I thought we played the best game of the year. Hit the Godwin with it, Charlie.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Let's get it all going.
Okay. Hold on. Dang it. Hold on. Well, this runs for a little bit, so.
Little bit.
For
sure.
Dang it.
In terms of running. You know what? Maybe we should just move on.
No. Got it.
Struggling.
We should just continue to hammer home this point.
It was really good. It's really tough to see early on because of the shadow. Stinson did a good job against us. Once we got rolling,
I like the beeping in the background.
Huge, but Josh Groves, in my opinion, set the tone when he came out after it was 2-2.
All sorts of people.
I swear he says stop vacuuming.
Stop vacuuming.
What is
Stop vacuuming.
Who is vacuuming?
Is there a shop vac in the dugout, maybe?
But that doesn't sound like a shop vac, so what exactly are they vacuuming?
Well, the banging is separate from the vacuuming. I don't know. A lot going on there. Either way, East Carolina comes out with the win last night.
And why is it that every time we have to get video, there's always something going on in the background?
I saw somebody ask Igo on Hoist the Colors. Igo will join us tomorrow. Said, hey, can you find a different location for post-game press conferences? And he said, that's a, Cliff, Malcolm, ECU decision. Like, we don't decide where we do it. Because at home games, they do them right out there on the field. And there's always music in the back.
But there's music in the background. There's fans chanting, players' names. There's, there's they're dragging the fields. The loud buzz of the lights. It's just there's always something going on in the background.
They're the loudest lights in America.
I know, and I'm just like, could we just?
He has an office.
Can we go in a room?
Well, in Major League Baseball, before the COVID stuff and before this lockout, didn't they used to go in the manager's office? Like, I remember seeing, there's some funny videos of, managers getting mad, and they're sitting.
I feel like they're
sitting at their desk.
Because there's a famous one with Hal McRae, where he throws the phone and the reporter comes out with a bloody nose.
Yeah.
That was 80s.
I think they should do that with Cliff. I think they should just interview him and do the press conference.
What, so he can throw something at you so you can walk out with a bloody nose?
He can throw his stapler at Igo. I mean, that would make for a great show the next day. All right, I tell you what, let's get a break in because we have a guest ready to join us for the first time on Pirate Radio Live. We will get to know Patrick Mason, ECU beat writer for the Daily Reflector. He will join us we'll get to know him a little bit, but we'll also talk about Pirate baseball, little Pirate hoops, and more when we return. Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live here on a Wednesday. We are back with you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this Thursday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at UBE, you can purchase a new Jungle Vibes Only t-shirt for only $10. There are 3 different styles, tie-dye, performance, and long sleeve, all for only $10 each, and 100% of the proceeds will be donated to the ECU Baseball Mustache March campaign to strike out ALS. Get to UBE this Thursday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and pick up 1, 2, or all 3 new Jungle Vibes Only t-shirts while supplies last.
If you love the food at Villa Verde, and hey, who doesn't? Now Villa Verde makes it even easier for you to order takeout. Tell us about it, Jay.
If you go to myvillaverde.com, you can order online, and we'll have it ready for you to go. Plus, you can pick it up at either one of our locations. No waiting in line to pay, and no waiting at all. Just pick it up and go. With online ordering from myvillaverde.com or from our mobile app, plus even from our Facebook page. Villa Verde, with 2 Greenville locations to serve you. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar. Join us at the Rick House for mouth-watering steaks and made-from-scratch pastas. Check out the 16-ounce cowboy steak or the seafood delight pasta. Join us for our legendary brunch on Sundays from 10 to 2. The Rick House can feed your larger crowds with off-site catering and room for 125 in our adjacent banquet hall. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit qualityequip.com.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza. Homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Warren's now has 2 locations. In Greenville, across from Ron Ayers Motorsports, and the Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Stop in today for hot dogs, pizza, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity featuring homemade cheese, ham and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs, and more. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holt Nailers for my friends at Arc Point Labs. Just as I trust my teammates, you can trust Arc Point Labs to give you quick and accurate results for all your laboratory testing needs. If you are in need of COVID testing for your return to school, work, or for travel, Arc Point Labs is offering same-day PCR and antigen testing with little to no wait time. Please visit any of the 6 Eastern North Carolina Arc Point Labs locations or make an appointment now at onehourcovidresults.com. Go Pirates!
Pirate Radio.
P-I-R-A-T-E-S.
The voice of the Pirate Nation.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The best place in Greenville to unwind after work and have fun is AJ McMurphy's. AJ's has daily food and drink specials and an awesome patio perfect for some outdoor dining. And there's something for everyone every weeknight, including sports trivia with our very own Clip Brock on Wednesday nights. AJ's has live music every Friday and Saturday with no cover, and brunch every Sunday. Make today an AJ's day. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is Clip Brock.
All right, should be a good crowd tonight at Sports Trivia at AJ's. Lovely weather, hanging out on the patio. A lot of basketball. Chandler, you going to be there tonight?
I will be.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Are you confident?
I mean, I guess. I just go in there with, I'm laid back. I don't get too stressed.
Okay.
As long as I have Jake and Sam on my team. Pretty much the
linchpins.
Yeah. They are they're the powerhouse.
You're more of a role player?
Yeah, because I just every now and then I'll pull out a random answer.
You probably
Jake
know,
looks at me like, good pull, man.
You probably know more maybe like current NBA, I would say, than those guys. Everybody's got their specialty,
yeah,
right?
That's the good thing about trivia, and I think it's that way for a lot of the teams. You know, everybody has their special category.
Yeah.
And so everybody's able to contribute in some sort of way.
If only they asked you about 2012 ECU football roster jersey numbers.
Oh, man. It would be over.
That would be...
It'd be over, ladies and gentlemen.
That'd be your specialty. Come on out, 8 o'clock tonight. AJ McMurphy's will have a good old time. All right, let's get to know Patrick Mason, who you've read his work by this point, but first time we're able to talk to him here on Pirate Radio Live. Patrick, ECU beat reporter from the Daily Reflector, and I appreciate you joining us in the studio today. How you doing, man?
Yeah, doing good. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. And saw you in the press box a few times. I was like, hey, I should probably get to know that guy and talk some sports with him here on Pirate Radio Live. So before we get to East Carolina, Patrick, let's learn about you. Where are you from?
From the Chicago area. I grew up, maybe 20 miles outside of Chicago, and then went to college at University of Iowa.
Ah, Hawkeye.
Yeah, that's right. And that was a blast. And after that, I had a couple stops at some papers in Illinois, and then ended up at the Rocky Mount Telegram, just up the road here, and now I'm here.
Okay, so you made the move to North Carolina and just continued on east a little bit and
That's
got
right.
here to Greenville. That's cool. When did you graduate from Iowa?
2012.
Okay. What is your outlook on the Hawkeyes' chances to make a run in the tournament this year?
Man, I kind of like it, They got Keegan Murray. He's just, just incredible. One of the top players in the country, which is fun to have because last year they had, I think, the top player in the country in Luka Garza as well.
Iowa's fun because they score. I guess their biggest issue, they like to give up points too, right?
Oh, yeah. That's that's a staple for sure.
All right, so your bio on Twitter says White Sox, Hawkeyes, and it says no bunting. And that's got to be tough for you because East Carolina likes to bunt.
They love to bunt.
What is the no bunting? You hacking? You swinging away?
Oh yeah, all the time. I love swinging away. I think it just really stems from, especially in the major league game, I just hate, just laying a ball down and giving up and out. But I could see the benefits for it in college for sure. You just got to make the defense make a play.
So the White Sox are very strange to me. But by the way, there are no White Sox or baseball anymore. Baseball's over. I don't know if you heard. But they bring in the oldest manager in baseball, Tony La Russa, and yet they have this young, exciting mix of players. So it's a very weird dichotomy. I didn't think it would work out, but it did work out for them last season, and it looks like they're on a track to have some successful teams here in the future if there is Major League Baseball, right?
Right. Yeah, the manager hire definitely clashes with the team. I did not understand it at the time. I wanted AJ Hinch, despite all the, his Astros issues, but I thought that would be a good fit for this team. But I guess La Russa seemed to let these guys play, which has been fun because they're one of the most exciting, young teams in baseball.
No doubt. So, Patrick, how about your athletic career? When did it end? What kind of player were you?
In college, I actually swam. I played some baseball.
Okay.
But when I got to high school, I swam and then actually played water polo as well.
Wow.
So
interesting.
Yeah.
How does one what did you just say? Hey, there's water polo tryouts. I'm going to try. How did you get? Or were you a good swimmer?
Yeah.
So you gave it a shot.
Right. So that's exactly how it happened. I think my freshman year, I played baseball in the spring, and then I got pretty good at swimming and thought, hey, there's a water polo team in the spring. So I went out for that, and the rest is history. It was a blast. I never even knew what water polo was before I started playing. It's just
I see it in the Olympics, and that's it. So was it like a D1 type of thing, or was it in club team? Or so
Yeah,
Iowa has the team.
Yeah, a club team.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just so much treading water. If I tried to do it now, I'd be in some trouble. But it was a blast to play.
All right, water polo player Patrick Mason joining us here today. So, Patrick, you got here, you said, just in time to see East Carolina's final football game. Unfortunately, you were going to go to what was supposed to be their final game, but you said before you could get to Maryland, or right around Maryland, I guess you found out that the Military Bowl had been canceled.
That's right. Yeah, I was in traffic. I figured out, the game was canceled, and I pulled over to a rest stop and hopped on the Zoom interview call, and just wrote something quick from a rest stop. And I was, close enough to D.C. I'm like, I might as well just keep going. So I ended up just spending the night there. But yeah, that was unfortunate. I really wanted to see that bowl game. Just for anything, just for more football,
You were able to get a taste of what was going on with ECU football in that Cincinnati game. Unfortunately, it was that dreaded day after Thanksgiving home game, so the students weren't here. But it was a pretty electric crowd, especially in that first quarter. Pirates, I think, forced a a turnover on downs and a missed field goal, and you got to see some electricity. So you got an early taste there of Pirate football, but man, I think you're going to get the full flavor when NC State rolls into town in September.
That's right. That's what it sounds like too. I mean, this is definitely a Pirate team on the rise too. For them to catch NC State right now is really exciting. Just for everyone. And yeah, that Cincinnati game, I mean, they played well, especially early. They chased the quarterback around. They just obviously came up a little short.
The most successful sport as far as the Big Three go at East Carolina is baseball, and you being a baseball fan, you've had to enjoy what you've seen so far. The Pirates off to a 3-5 start, wanted that record to be better, but wins over North Carolina and Duke, and now Keith LeClaire Classic coming up this weekend. So, Patrick, how much have you enjoyed this baseball season early on?
Yeah, I think it's pretty impressive how they rebounded. They were 1-5 and they won 2 games in a row, and really it's just awesome bullpen performances. I think they've really discovered some good arms here. And that's really been the difference for them. And obviously, I think yesterday there was 13 hits against Duke. That offense really showed up. Probably for the first time this year, they really look like a collective team. And obviously, baseball it's difficult. You could be awesome and still lose 1-0, 2-0.
Yeah.
But I think they're definitely turning some sort of corner here.
Great outing last night from Nick Logish, 4 innings. He went. I remember going into the game, I said, you'll probably get 2 out of Logish and then see what happens from there. But they're able to get 4 from him. Ben Terwilliger, who's looked good this year, gave up the home run. And outside of that was it for Duke's offense. Josh Groves goes 3, and then Danny Bill, 3 strikeouts in an inning. So you're right. Bullpen was on. And heck, the starters, Garrett Saylors had, I guess, one rough outing and one outing where he didn't have his best stuff. But Jake Kuchmaner has looked fantastic. He's a tough luck 0-2 right now, Patrick. And then Jake Hunter, the young kid, has looked pretty good on Sunday. So I think you got something there, even in the starting rotation. I think pitching, despite the losing record, and again, they're getting closer to 500, but the pitching has been a plus for East Carolina this year.
For sure. I think Godwin said yesterday they wanted Logish to go one time through the lineup, and they just couldn't take him out. He was just phenomenal. They let him go another inning, still didn't give up a hit. And for where I was sitting yesterday at Duke, the Duke bullpen was kind of right near me. I was sitting out in the stands taking advantage of that weather, and I could hear the mitt pop on Josh Gross's pitches from where I was standing versus the Duke bullpen. So he must have been throwing some heat, and he looked great too. And he could probably find a way into the weekend rotation here too.
Talking to Patrick Mason here inside the Pirate Radio studios. East Carolina getting ready for Indiana State, Maryland, and Michigan this weekend in the Keith LeClaire Classic. We'll talk to Keith LeClaire's daughter, Audrey LeClaire, coming up on the show on Thursday, so really looking forward to that. It's a special weekend of baseball. And also, as a writer, Patrick, I like these because you get different teams. The traditional 3-game baseball series, yeah, they're fine, but when you can play 3 teams in 3 days, I enjoy that. We'll see that, and some good teams coming up this weekend.
Yeah, it's definitely unique. It's not like you said, it's not a traditional 3-game series. Each day is different. Different approaches, different everything. So I think this is a good opportunity just to see different players kind of perform. Against different teams.
Patrick, you got to cover a winning regular season for ECU basketball. For an Iowa guy or somebody that watches college basketball across the country, that's not a big deal at all. For us, it is. We don't see those happen too often. So what's your unbiased take on Pirate basketball, Joe Dooley's team that you got to cover this year?
Yeah, so I saw a lot of that non-conference, and I remember when the conference season started and they really started to struggle. I was like, man, did this team really just fool me? I thought I was watching some good basketball team. The American's pretty tough, but I just think they never really found that mix. There seemed to be like some disconnect, because I think Joe Dooley is a really good coach. He knows what he's doing. It just never seemed to click with this team, because there'd be spurts where they'd be great, and then other times they couldn't score a basket for 7 minutes. It's frustrating, and I just don't even know if there is an answer for that. It just kind of happens.
I think that's a pretty good summation, because there are nights. I mean, look at the first conference game they played and the most recent one. You would think Tristan Newton is a All-American. Right. And some nights he struggled. There are nights where Vance Jackson looks like a top 10 player in the country, and there are nights when he scores 4 points. So the consistency was a big thing. I'm a Brandon Suggs guy. I tout him from the rooftops, from the mountaintops And his injury turned out to be a key. They really went on a slide after they lost him, starting with that game where they had that big lead against UCF. But bottom line, consistency issues with ECU, especially on the offensive end.
That's right, and it's really crazy how important Brandon Suggs is to this team. I mean, he's not going to lead, in scoring. He's not going to lead in a lot of categories, but he does everything. And he was saying he loves coming off the bench, and I think Joe Dooley likes him coming off the bench, even though he's playing starters minutes. Just that little insertion of everything he does. 5 minutes into the game has really been, something ECU was missing when he was out, because he really does everything.
Will you be making the long trip out to Fort Worth, Texas?
I will not be making that
I didn't think so. It would be fantastic if the Pirates could go on a run there, but you want to talk about struggles. East Carolina has struggled to win games in the conference tournament over the years, but looks like they might be paired up with Wichita State. We'll get an early look at them coming up this weekend in the regular season finale. I think is the women's team wrapping up their regular season today?
Yep, tonight.
Okay. Got that coming up tonight. Kind of the same thing, right? I mean, Kim McNeil's team has looked good at times. They've looked bad at times. So, once again, a case of inconsistency. Played USF tough, and I know they're one of the top teams in the league, but lost that one. They were on a stretch where they had won 3 out of 4. So, they got Memphis tonight. Were you at the game where they beat them by 30?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just wild to watch, because that's what this team has, this potential. Because Tania Thompson is incredible. She just really needs some help in the scoring department, and that hasn't happened for much of the year. But when she can get 2 or 3 other people just to score 10 points, they got a really good chance.
They got Memphis on the road tonight, and then they are off to the American tournament. So March Madness tournament time, always a fun time of the year. Who wins the Big Ten tournament this year, Patrick?
Ooh, I'd like to say Iowa, but I don't know. I mean, it's just such a wild card tournament every year. Some team just comes out of nowhere. I think the beginning of the year, especially Purdue with those giant players they have, that front court's incredible. So yeah, I mean, I think it could go a couple different ways.
Last night, I had Ohio State. I will not be taking them in the tournament because they upset me for the remainder of the year, losing last night at home to Nebraska. So they're dead to me. So I will not be taking Ohio State far in the tournament.
And cross them off.
Yeah, they are a cross off at this point. All right, Patrick. Well, thanks for hanging out today, man. We'll get you on down the road, talk more Pirate baseball, Pirate hoops with you. But great to get to know you today, and we'll see you out at Clark LeClaire this weekend.
Cool. Yeah, for sure. I love being on here, and look forward to the next time.
And folks can follow you on Twitter at what?
PM222.
All right, and read your work, reflector.com, pages of the Daily Reflector. Any other plugs?
No, that's about it. Yeah, just read and, follow me.
All right, good deal. Patrick, thanks for joining us, man. We'll take a time out. When we return, we'll talk to the BMOC, Jeff Nadu. He'll join us. We will go through some of the smaller conference tournaments, and he'll pick a winner for those tournaments. Also look at what's going on tonight in the world of college basketball. But a quick Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard update. UNC Asheville has a 46-40 lead over Charleston Southern, day 1 of the Big South tournament. Earlier today, shout out North Carolina A&T. They beat Radford in overtime earlier today, as they're a new member of that Big South. So we got tournament games going on. We'll keep you up to date here on Pirate Radio Live. Those scores brought to you by Da Buck.
Da Buck.
We will take a time out, come back, talk more college hoops after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
For service, we're doing touchless pickup and drop-offs. So when you pull your vehicle in, we greet you at the car and open the door for you, but we're putting plastic on the seats. We're having a steering wheel cover put on. We even have shift knob covers now this year. And then we have the customer actually drop the key in a baggie, and they're the next one to touch that key when it comes out of the baggie when they pick up their vehicle. So just want to make sure we take care of the customers that voted us number 1.
Brown & Wood, your number 1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Did you know time spent outdoors can help improve your children's health and bring balance to their life? The Outdoor Heritage Advisory Council invites you to join the Patch program. This program is for any child under the age of 16 and includes activities like fishing, hunting, and hiking. These are just one of the many ways you can earn the exclusive patches from the Outdoor Heritage Council. For more information on how to sign up and get your adventure started, visit outdoorheritage.nc.gov.
Life insurance is one of those subjects that make people want to change the subject, rather than admit they probably don't have enough. That's why State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer focuses on how the benefits of life insurance actually live on by asking people to think in terms of life without having to sell the house insurance or life without having to give up the college insurance. Find out how the benefits of life insurance can live on for your family. Call State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer here in Greenville today at 493-0002 and put the life back in life insurance.
What's the big deal?
Where can you get pizza, bread twists, specialty chicken, and more for just $5.99 each?
Is it at Domino's?
He hands off hand-tossed pizza and a marble cookie brownie. He's going!
There's a lot of variety on the radio and at Domino's too, where you can
mix and match 2 or more. $5.99 each at Domino's.
2-item minimum. Pan pizza, bone-in wings, and bread bowls will be extra. Ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for only $9.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for only $2.75. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas for only $9.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's in downtown Greenville and now available through DoorDash, featuring a half-gallon of the famous margarita mix to go for only $9.99. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
This is Coach Steve Shankweiler, offensive line coach for East Carolina University football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the close to 54,000 followers today. As a matter of fact, Clip, we've got a giveaway going on our social media, so go to our social media pages and you'll be able to be eligible, follow the instructions, but you'll be eligible to win a big giveaway coming up later on today.
Which includes one of our new shirts, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good deal.
Tickets to a baseball game this weekend, too.
Yeah, and some pizza.
Okay, it just keeps coming.
Yeah. I mean, we like to shower our listeners with gifts.
Yeah, just making it rain with shirts.
All day.
Gift certificates.
And the shirt
tickets.
is sweet. It's the tie-dyed shirt we premiered yesterday.
Good deal.
So,
by the way, those shirts available coming up 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at UBE on Thursday for just $10. So make sure you stop by UBE on Thursday. while supplies last, get there and secure your awesome shirt. All right, let's head out to the Pirate Radio Live line. We got conference tournament basketball going on. Exciting time of the year. Let's talk about it with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. He joins us now on Pirate Radio Live. Big man, how you doing today?
What's up, Clip? How are you?
Hey, man, I'm fired up. Been watching basketball here at work today. That's always a good thing. I've been keeping an eye on what's going on in conference tournament action, and saw earlier today North Carolina A&T get a win in the Big South. They are in the Big South now, and they beat Radford earlier today. Charleston Southern, Asheville playing as well in that tournament. So let's kind of start there, Jeff. We've got some conference tournaments getting underway this week, including that Big South, and some teams from the state of North Carolina in that conference. Do you have a conference winner there in the Big South? Who's going to be in the NCAA tournament from that league?
I have a hard time going against Longwood. The Lancers are terrific. Griff Aldridge has done a great job. A lot of people don't know that Griff Aldridge was actually in the private sector. He had a corporate job for a while, just decided, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm going to go coach basketball. And that's exactly what he's done. He went back to kind of his roots, and he's done a great job. I think he was a lawyer actually in the private sector. Pretty crazy. Now look at him. He's got a team on the precipice of hopefully an NCAA tournament. 23-6, a great season. I think he's got 3 adopted kids, as far as I know. Just a great guy, a good guy.
He's got a heck of a story there, big man.
Yeah, it really does. And Clip, I only wish I had a really high-end college basketball podcast at a place like Barstool Sports. If only I could do that and got some backing, I would have had Griff on and I would have talked about his story. But I don't, so I'll talk about it here, which is fine in itself. But, yeah, I would go with Longwood. They've been the best team all season, and I have a hard time going against them.
Jeff, the Ohio Valley Conference tournament begins today. Belmont, Morehead State. Is anybody keeping Murray State from winning this tournament? And Jeff, Murray State, are they in? They're in the NCAA tournament even if they don't win this, right? Or do they have to win it?
That's a great question. I would think so. I mean, they're 28-2.
Yeah.
They swept Belmont, beat Memphis, beat Chattanooga, who is a top 80 team, hung with Auburn. They challenged themselves. Yeah, I would think. I think they'll win this conference, though, quite frankly. They just are so much better than every other team. I mean, you don't have the Austin Peays this year to worry about. Morehead's not as good. Belmont is just outclassed by this team. You look at both games against Belmont this year, won 82-60 and 76-43. You hold Belmont under 60 in both. That's pretty incredible. I think it would be the biggest disappointment of the conference season if we don't get to see Murray State in the NCAA tournament.
Jeff Nadu joining us, big man. How about Arch Madness, Missouri Valley Conference? Now, this is a conference historically that when teams get to the big dance, they make a little noise. We know about Loyola Chicago, Northern Iowa in years past. I think Drake's maybe won a game or two in the tournament. Missouri State, always a good team there in that conference. So how about this one? Is this wide open, or is there a favorite in your eyes in this conference?
I think it's a little more wide open than we think it is. And if you want who I think has the value, I think a lot of the bettors are going to look towards Loyola or Missouri State, but don't sleep on that Northern Iowa Panther group. I'm actually going to bet them. I think they are playing some terrific basketball right now. They have one loss since January 22nd, and that was to Loyola. They got blown out in that game. But remember, they also beat Loyola about a week ago. Also beat Missouri State, not once but twice. This is the giant killer in this conference. They rebound the ball at a high level. They're very good offensively. Really have changed their stripes. They value possessions. And they might have the best player in this conference in A.J. Green. So, yeah, I'm going to look towards maybe fading the public a little bit here and going with a team that I think is playing the best basketball in this conference right now in Ben Jacobson and the, as usual, very good Northern Iowa Panther team. Do we have a number on this conference, Clip?
I can see. Probably not, but I will check real quick. Well, go ahead. While I do that, Jeff, or did you have anything else on that?
Yeah, I have it. So Loyola's plus 115, Missouri State plus 420, Northern Iowa plus 460. I think 460 is a good price. Probably get 5-1 at a book somewhere. I have some real interest in that. I'll tell you what, Cliff, one thing that I will be doing is on most of these books, Barstool Sportsbook, FanDuel, you can parlay these conferences, which is pretty incredible, actually. So I'll be getting involved with those.
Interesting. All right, big man. Breaking down some of the conference tournaments getting underway today and this week. And Jeff, let's go Sun Belt. I was involved in a rock fight last week. I had Texas State on the road against Troy, and Texas State ended up winning that game 21-6, 12-3 on top of the league. You've also got App State, Georgia State, Troy there. How about the Sun Belt if you had to pick a winner of that tournament?
Yeah, it's a big Michigasa mess, if you will. I tell you what, this is, I think, one of the more open conferences in the country. I'm going to look really deep. Look, I'm not playing this conference. I might have a little fazul or two on this team. I'm going to look towards Arkansas State. Look, I don't think there's anything about this team that says I'm all in. But I got to tell you, I think talent-wise, I think they have one of the better teams in this conference. I think Desi Sills is just too good for this conference. Ormir, their big, has been incredible all season. The kid from Jamaica. Marquise Eaton's been really good. He's a 5-year player for them. And they have a kid, Caleb Fields, who was a 3-year player that just is terrific as well. So I think Arkansas State, talent-wise, can match up with anyone in this conference. They could lose the first game or two, but I think they could also make a run to the conference tournament. They rebound the ball well. They're a good free throw shooting team. They value possessions and are pretty good offensively. In fact, they have the best two-point offense in this conference. Arkansas State, 19-1. I have some interest.
All right. Interesting. All right. Let's hit a couple more, Jeff. The SoCon, and that's a conference that is throughout the Carolinas and the surrounding states. The Southern Conference tournament gets underway on Friday, and the Mocs of Chattanooga, 24 wins this year, on top of the league at 14-4. And then, Furman, Wofford, you hear about them every March. Samford has had a 20-win season. Is there a favorite for you there in the SoCon?
Yeah, I have a hard time betting against Chat. I think all season they've been the best team. I think we could have a great championship game if we get Chat and Furman. I mean, Chat beat them in both games, but by 2 and by 6. So I think that would be the likely thought. It's either going to be Chat or Furman. However, I have another interest in maybe a Samford, maybe VMI. VMI, it's really going to be all about whether Jake Stevens is fully healthy. He's their best player and one of the best players in this conference. But Samford's played great basketball. Down the stretch, they won 6 of the last 7. The only loss was to Chat during that time. They beat Furman, beat VMI, beat East Tennessee State, beat Wofford. So this team is talent-wise really good. They play a weird system. They can throw out a ton of bodies, which is huge in tournaments like this. So I think if they get by Greensboro, they could be a real live dog. So I think ultimately it will set up Furman or Chat, but don't sleep on Samford. If VMI gets Stevens healthy, which is a big probable or a big questionable thought, but if he's healthy, I would look towards them maybe.
All right, one more for you, Jeff. This weekend, the CAA tournament will begin. Last time East Carolina made the NCAA tournament, you got to go all the way back to 1993. They cut down the nets and won the Colonial Athletic Association tournament. This year, it was the Towson Tigers winning the league, and UNC Wilmington got off to that great start. Struggled a bit down the stretch, but still finished 15-3 in conference play. Also, Hofstra in that league, amongst others. How about the CAA? Is it Towson, Wilmington? Will they be meeting in the championship, Jeff? Or you like any outsiders there?
Yeah, I'm going to go Hofstra here.
Okay.
You look at the hosts this year, Charleston, who they get right out of the gate. You look at Hofstra, though. I mean, this team, since the start of February, he has only lost twice. And one was to Towson, who's the best team in this conference. This team's playing good to end the season. I think they're the best offense in this conference. I love Speedy Claxton's team. They have 3 guards in Cooks, Estrada, and Ray that I love. I think they're a solid team with a lot of experience. They're great from the line, 80%. They don't turn it over. This is a team that, Clip, went on and beat Arkansas. Okay, they beat a really good Princeton team. They hung with Houston. They hung with Iona. They hung with Richmond. Okay, this is a team that can beat anybody. They have great athleticism. I know the prevailing thought is that this Towson team is better than everybody else. The truth is, though, if you can hit the defensive glass, you will beat Towson. Hofstra can do that. Towson's playing good right now, but I'm going to take a shot with Hofstra as the second team here and go with them to win the Colonial. I'd love to see them in the NCAA tournament.
Breaking down the conference tournaments with Jeff Nadu. We'll do it again with some of the bigger conferences coming up next week on the show. Jeff, let's look at some of the action tonight real quick. East Carolina off this midweek, by the way. They got Wichita State to wrap it up. Pirates have won 2 in a row, so we'll talk about that before we get out of here. But shout out to Chandler Honeycutt, Pirate Radio producer, has that huge ticket on Miami to win the ACC. Now, Jeff, if Miami has to play 4 ACC tournament games, I'm going to say they won't win the ACC tournament. But if they can land in that top 4, get a first-round bye, their chances go up quite a bit. And that is exactly what they're looking to do. They're in 4th right now. They close out the regular season at BC and at Syracuse. At BC tonight, only a 4-point favorite. You got to think Jim Larinaga is looking at the standings and saying, guys, we want to only play 3 tournament games, not 4. So you got to think that's the motivation. How about the U going to Chestnut Hill tonight, Jeff? What do you think about that game?
Well, if you're the Honeycutt, which I'm not, I think tonight is an absolutely, you have to have it. If they lose to BC, I think they're giving a real thought that maybe they don't get in. They're not real thought of well by the net rating as far as I think they're like 65th, which isn't great when you're an 11 seed right now.
So they're not only thinking about ACC tournament standings, they're thinking about NCAA tournament going into tonight.
And he has them to win the ACC. Okay, you said to have the ACC. My fault.
No, but that even adds more to why Miami's going to play for it all tonight, because they got to improve their tournament resume.
Oh, yeah. Tonight, from a theme of that, yeah, he's right. I thought I heard you say he has them to win the NCAA tournament. To win the ACC, I think he's got a live dog there. They're really good. I like them offensively. And, anything can happen in a neutral site, which in that conference, no one's really great outside of Duke, so it wouldn't surprise me. But, yeah, as far as their NCAA tournament thoughts, I mean, they need to get going a little bit. You really can't afford a slip-up at BC, a very bad team. So, yeah, I think BC's just ready for the tournament to get started. Maybe they have a new lease and they make a run in what matters most. But this game means very little to them. It means a lot more to Miami. I think you have that going for you here.
Jeff Nadu joining us, looking at some other games tonight. Man, not many headliners, at least that I'm finding. Wake Forest, speaking of teams that needs to get going, Jeff, they need to close out strong. They're 22-8, but again, we always talk about who have they beaten. They are big favorites tonight against NC State. What do you think about the Demon Deacons and their tournament hopes?
Yeah, I'm not laying big numbers right now. I mean, look at some of these teams that are laying big numbers. Look at Tennessee last night. They sleptwalked against Georgia, almost blew it. Wake has to win. I have them out of the field currently, and so does Palm. So that's not good. They've had a good season, but they faltered a little bit. Really, another team that can't go on the road or can't go into a game and afford some kind of slip up against North Carolina State. So, yeah, do I think they win? Yeah, but I think the only thought for these groups right now is let's just not lose. I don't really, and that's why my cards at this hour, at this time of the season, until we get everyone to conference tournaments, I'm really selective. And I haven't had a real good run, and that's the reason. I'm playing games that I shouldn't be playing, and it's not been good.
Well, Jeff, anything else tonight you are looking at as far as games?
Yeah, one of the marquee games I have some interest in is Arkansas and LSU. I love both these teams pretty much equally, but I probably like Arkansas more than anyone outside of Fayetteville in the country. But they're 6-point favorites tonight, Clip. I mean, that seemed a bit high to me. I thought this would be 3.5. I like Arkansas, but the truth of the matter is they play a lot of close games. If Note and Williams can't score, where's the offense come from? We look at the first time these two teams played. LSU did not have Xavier Pinson. They have him now. And they've covered 3 of 4. They have, I think, to me, the better defense numerologically in this conference. And I think with Pinson back, that gives them a shot to really keep this game close. I think at worst, it's a close loss for LSU. I think this is too big a number. I played LSU +6.
Jeff, love Arkansas. Love what they did on the road against Florida. Just tough as nails last week, and then had them 2.5. I probably got a bad number there, and we know what happened against Kentucky. So a little sour on them at the moment. But, man, I love that team. As far as the American goes, Jeff, East Carolina, Wichita State to wrap it up in the regular season this weekend, and they're off to Fort Worth, Texas for the American tournament. Do you have any interest on taking a plus money team out to beat Houston in that conference tournament, or is Houston going to steamroll everybody?
Yeah, one final quick point on LSU, Clip.
Okay.
Brackets. When we look at brackets, let me ask you. Look at LSU and their resume, okay? Let's say they lose the final 2 games and finish 20-11, okay? Is this team a guarantee to be in, like, at large? I mean, they haven't really beaten anybody. Like, their best win is Wake. I guess Kentucky, they beat them. But, I mean, is that enough to get themselves in? I think they'll get in, but it's going to be close. It's closer than people think. LSU could use a win before the season.
And their last 2 are against Arkansas and Bama, so, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they need one of these 2. I think they could get it tonight, maybe. But your question was Houston. Is anyone up in Houston? Well, look, I guess if you're Houston, you're probably a little concerned with Memphis, who, I thought, to be quite honest, they're playing great basketball right now. Everybody's healthy. It seems like with DeAndre Williams, they're just a totally different team, and that's been pretty evident. They would be my one of only thoughts that could throw a wrench in. UCF's been really disappointing this year for me. I guess maybe them. SMU I have no interest in. Temple can maybe throw a wrench in it, but for me it'd probably be just Memphis. Maybe East Carolina will shock some people. You never know. They've won 3 of 4 overall. So the 2 of them are against South Florida, though.
Yeah, if we could run into South Florida again in the tournament, I like our chances. But
if only South Florida was ahead of you, you'd make the NCAA.
Big man, great stuff. Enjoy talking conference tournaments with you. Gets me fired up. I know. What are you doing on your own right now, Jeff? As far as YouTube, usually every year you break down all these tournaments. You doing that again this year?
Yeah, so actually what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to throw it out tonight sometime. I don't have the exact time just yet, but on my Patreon account, I'm going to do one big video where I just kind of do what we just did, go through each conference, pick my winner. I'll probably do another one next week when we get the rest of the tournaments out. So, I'm doing this every day, plus the conference tournaments and everything. So that's kind of where all my content goes out. But, I have a show on Bet US I do every day, Gated Day. I have some other things I'm doing, so... Yeah, that would be. Just follow me on Twitter, and we'll get you figured out.
All right, big man. We'll talk more conference tournament action with you coming up next week, man. Appreciate it.
Sounds good. Appreciate it, Clip. Later.
Jeff Nadu, big man on campus, joining us today here on Pirate Radio Live. It is a fun time of the year, and right now, quick update on our Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck. Da Buck. Da Buck. Da Buck. Da Buck.
Da Buck.
Thank you, Chandler.
That was my fault. If only you could.
I was sitting there going, "What's wrong?" I'm saying Da Buck. The mic is on.
I thought you were.
But somebody had it in audition.
Wow.
Okay. First of all,
every time Scooter's here, you guys get in a fight.
It's your fault, Scooter.
I'm sorry. He's not even here yet, and you're fighting.
I thought you were going with some bit, so I was just kind of waiting to see where the...
I thought so, too. I was like, I like this. And
I can't give this score until Chandler says Da Buck back to me.
Yeah, and then you were like, Da Buck, and you just kind of looked, and I was like, what? And I looked down, and I realized...
And then he said it again. I was like, okay, I like this. And then he was like, what's wrong? He can't hear me.
Look, here's how it's done. Scooter's got it. Presented by Da Buck.
Da Buck.
UNC Asheville might have our new Buck guy.
No.
UNC Asheville with a 9-point lead over Charleston Southern in round 1 of the tournament. And did he just get teed up? No, did not get teed up. Earlier today, North Carolina A&T, a winner over Radford in overtime. So, Chandler, we're going to be doing this like from here on out. We're going to have day basketball on the rest of the way. So,
I'm loving it.
Fired up, ready to go.
March Madness.
Yes,
and I guess
indeed.
tomorrow we'll be a week away from East Carolina kicking things off in the AAC tournament.
That's solid math. That's knowing your calendar, because next Thursday they will indeed be playing. All right, let's take a timeout, come back, wrap up hour 1, and get to Scott Rogers. Scooter joins us inside the Pirate Radio studios to talk Pirate baseball, back-to-back wins, LeClaire Classic this weekend, a lot to discuss. with Scott Rogers, and we'll do it after this.
Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ dance party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
Hey Pirate Nation, this Thursday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at UBE, you can purchase a new Jungle Vibes Only t-shirt for only $10. There are 3 different styles: tie-dye, performance, and long sleeve, all for only $10 each, and 100% of the proceeds will be donated to the ECU Baseball Mustache March campaign to strike out ALS. Get to UBE this Thursday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and pick up 1, 2, or all 3 new Jungle Vibes Only t-shirts while supplies last.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsey Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
It's time for a March Madness preview, sponsored by Geico.
Fields dribbling through traffic, kicks into the corner, pull up 3 from Baker, got it again! It is a shooting clinic from Joey Baker, the senior, 9-point Duke lead.
The final season for Mike Krzyzewski has Duke headed back to the big dance. How far can Coach K and the Blue Devils go? To find out, stay tuned for Westwood One's exclusive NCAA tournament coverage, right here.
To show you how easy it is to file a claim with Geico, we hired a nature show host.
In the native habitat of a suburban driveway, the poor victim of a broken windshield is left assessing his vehicle, utterly helpless.
Well, not true. If he's got Geico, he can file a claim online, over the phone, or with his handy mobile app.
But like a lone gazelle, he'll suddenly be left to fend for himself, awaiting his terrible fate.
Nope. Geico will assign him a designated claims team to help him out too.
So the gazelle gets his car fixed and everything. Wow, nature is so cool.
Geico. Great service without all the drama.
Grow Rug 26 is coming to Greenville March 25th through the 27th. This is DJ Fussell from F3 ENC, inviting all men to sign up now for this leadership training event. The Grow Rug training events are designed to help men become high-impact men by reinforcing the F3 mission of invigoration of male community leadership. To register or to learn more, please visit f3enc.com. That's f3enc.com. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you've got to get started if you want to be great.
Have you stopped doing your favorite activity due to chronic aches and pains? Let Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab help. They provide regenerative injection therapy that can help with osteoarthritis, joint pain, carpal tunnel, and plantar fasciitis. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab will help you get back into the groove. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab, 2245 Stantonsburg Road, across from the hospital. Call 215-9294 for an appointment today.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Villa Verde on 10th Street and Villa Verde Dos by the hospital are open for you, serving unique and healthy dishes from the Dominican Republic. Order online at myvillaverde.com or the Villa Verde app. You can order a family meal that feeds 6 to 7 people, and they'll have it ready for curbside pickup today. Whether it's dine-in or takeout, Villa Verde is a platform for good. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. We're visiting with the voices this hour. Jeff Charles joins us coming up in just a little bit, and the play-by-play voice of the ECU baseball, Scott Rogers, joins us now inside the Pirate Radio studios. Scooter, how you doing today, man?
Doing great. And how about you, Clip?
Doing good, and voice still sounding good after a lot of baseball over the weekend and last night. Caught a lot of runs last night, Scott, as the Pirates were able to knock off Duke 12-2, and that one had to feel good for multiple reasons. Now you got your first little mini winning streak going here if you're East Carolina, but pitching looked good, bats got going, and as Cliff Godwin said, we played the comments earlier, he thinks the best game the Pirates have played this year. You called it. Is that what you saw as well?
Absolutely. I said that to Coach O last night during the broadcast. I said that was the best overall hitting performance we have had all year, and really, like he said too, really overall, it was the best game that we've played all year. And we put some runs up at Campbell during that game, but we had a lot of good situational hitting last night. I thought good timely hits, and I think that's what all contributed. But I think the story this year really has been that Pirate pitching, and our bullpen is really dominant right now. And Josh Groves has really emerged as a really dominant arm out of that bullpen, and it's gonna be fun to watch that bullpen as the year goes along.
Yeah, fun to watch the pen, fun to watch on these midweeks. If you got guys pitching like they did last night, the Pirates should win a lot of games between those Tuesday and Wednesday games they're going to be playing. Last night, Nick Logish and I just kind of thought it was a typical Tuesday game, Scooter, so I said Logish will probably go 2, and then they'll send it to the pen and see what happens. He goes 4. I mean, that's huge right there to get you 4 big innings. Ben Terwilliger, who we really like, I mean, he's going to be good for the Pirates. He gave up that home run, and that was it, because Josh Gross and Danny Beal did the rest. They looked fantastic last night. Just 2 hits for the Blue Devils in the entire game.
Yeah, and, go back to Logish. I think that was his first career start last night for the Pirates, and he was really dominant, just like the bullpen was. I think he only walked 2 or 3 last night, struck out I think 4 or 5, and he looked really good. And that's maybe someone that could sneak into the rotation if he keeps pitching like that as the year goes along. But good to have him to come out of the pen for sure if he keeps pitching like that.
And Scooter, even beyond that, looking at the starters, the weekend starters, Jake Kuchmaner right now is a tough luck 0-2 because he's pitched great. Jake Hunter, the young pup, has looked good, and you just hope Garrett Saylor can get back to his best form. But this weekend, you're going to see those guys go at it. Almost wish you could flip it and have Kuchmaner going against Maryland, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Those Terrapin bats still might be afraid of Kuchmaner.
Right, yeah, from pitching the perfect game a few years ago. Yeah. But, Garrett Saylor, you look at him, and he really hasn't pitched bad in his 2 starts. I thought that he's pitched good enough to win, just a couple of unlucky breaks here and there. But as you mentioned, Jake Kuchmaner and Jake Hunter, they've really been really good to start the year, and it's been tough on Kuch to start 0-2. But, one thing I think that helps with that 2-3 matchup with them on Saturday and Sunday is you see a guy like Kuchmaner who's working fast, pitching strikes, keeping hitters off balance, and then you go to a guy like Jake Hunter, and Jake Hunter's windup is about 10 times slower than Jake, and I think it really throws off the hitters for these lineups, and I think that's a good 2-3 punch to have. Maybe if you switch them and go 1-2, I don't know, but I think that's a good back-to-back pitching staff to have right there. But I hope Cooch gets a win here soon, because he's really been dominant and just really the old Cooch that we've seen in the past.
And they're doing this obviously without Carson Wisenhunt, who Cliff Godwin reiterated today. Just saw that video with Brian Bailey that nothing new. He says Carson Wisenhunt is suspended for violating a team rule, and Cliff Godwin is sticking with that, and that's all we know for sure at this point. But now Cliff, if Saylor can't get it done, or if something happens with one of the weekend guys, he's got some options. We saw Carter Spivey pitching a big performance Sunday against North Carolina. We talk about Logish and Gross last night. You've got some other guys that if you need to, whether it be injury, performance, you could slide into the weekend.
Yeah, and Ben Terwilliger is another guy who could slide in there. You might see him, I think, in the coming weeks as a maybe a midweek start somewhere. But there's a lot of options out of that pen if you need to replace a weekend starter. Like you said, Carter Spivey, he looked really good Sunday night against North Carolina, and it's good to see him pitch after dealing with some injuries last year. But it's gonna be interesting to see this Pirate pitching staff as the year goes along.
Yeah, and the thing I like about it too, it kind of starts with CJ Mayhew. When we see him go in a game, he's not just being asked to close an inning here or shut down in the ninth. He's going extended innings. We're seeing a lot of these guys do that. It's not like Major League Baseball, which, by the way, kids, Major League Baseball used to be a thing. It's not anymore, but there used to be a thing called Major League Baseball. But we watch the Braves scooter and all these teams, and it's so specialized, and you get this guy out, then we'll bring in another guy. Cliff Godwin likes to give his guys, if the case calls for it, extended innings, and that's something that's going to be important going down the road.
Yeah, and it's good to see that we have the guys that can do extended innings, too. As you mentioned, a lot of Major League guys go out and they pitch. Well, they have to pitch 3 batters now with the three batter minimum. But you don't see that in college these days, especially with East Carolina this year. But it's good because hey, it's like I just said, if these guys need to make a start, they can give you 3-4 innings on the mound.
And what I liked on Sunday, we talked about it with CJ Mayhew. He's kind of looked at as the guy in the bullpen, but if he needs to be picked up, all right, Skylar Brooks come in, get the job done. So we're seeing very early on in high pressure situations against really good teams, guys step up, and we're 3-5 right now. Things could be better, but we've just talked about a ton of bright spots, especially on the pitching side here early in the year.
Right, and pitching is, we were talking right before we came on air, pitching has been really stellar all year, and it's taken some time to get those bats going, but I think that offense has really turned the corner the past 2 days. Last night certainly helped. Like I said, I think it was the best overall hitting performance this year by that offense, and I think they've turned the corner, and it's going to be fun to see them this weekend in the LeClaire Classic.
Still waiting on Josh Moreland to really turn it on, but you just had a stat, Scooter, a moment ago. 4 walks last night. He's found his way on base, and how many games in a row?
He has a 7-game on base streak right now.
You just wouldn't think that because not getting many hits, hadn't seen the power yet, but that's got to do something for his confidence to keep getting on base. We've seen that too from guys like Agnos and Worrell, that even when they're not hitting, they're getting walks, they're getting hit, they're hitting the ball and getting on due to errors. They're finding a way to get on base, cause a disruption, cause some stress on the defense, and it's paid off for East Carolina.
Yep, and I didn't realize it last night until Malcolm Gray told me about Moylan's on base streak. But as you mentioned, he had 4 walks last night, and obviously I don't even think he's batting. He might not even be batting 100 right now, but his on-base percentage, I think, is close to 400 at the moment. And that shows that these guys, even though they're not getting those hits, they're not getting the base hits, but they're finding ways on base, and that's just another key to this offense that I think has really turned the corner in the past.
And how about a guy we're getting to know, Scooter, that is a team favorite because his teammates love him, and he's going to be a fan favorite, Jacob Jenkins-Cowart, who apparently is Mr. Energy for this ECU baseball team, and now we're seeing what he can do with the bat. Guys like him, Cam Clonch, maybe guys that aren't in that top 9 going into the year, starting to kind of creep their way into the lineup, get some ABs, and put together some good hitting performances.
Yep, and it shows, how deep Cliff Godwin makes his ball clubs each and every year, having good young guys on the bench that he can go to in those certain situations. But I think we're going to see a lot of Jacob Jenkins-Cowart here in the next few weeks, possibly the rest of the season with the way he's hitting the ball lately.
Scooter, let's set up the weekend. The Sycamores of Indiana State on Friday, Michigan Saturday, Maryland on Sunday for the Keith LeClaire Classic. Great field this year. What are you excited to see coming up this weekend?
Really excited to see all of them. I think Indiana State is they're 5-3 right now. I think Michigan lost last night to Florida Atlantic. They have another game today, so they're doing 2 midweeks this week, and I believe Maryland is still undefeated, if I'm not mistaken. I know they just swept Campbell last weekend. So I know we got 3 really good clubs coming in here, and it's going to be fun to watch the Pirates against them. And also Saturday with the Michigan game, there's a lot in that game. You have Eric Baggage and Nick Schnabel coming back to Greenville, and you also have the anniversary of the first game of Clark LeClaire Stadium history with East Carolina and Michigan. Because that was the first
matchup. With P.J. Connolly pitching for East Carolina?
Yep.
Interesting. So you got all that. Also, if you've ever just wanted to watch a Big Ten game in Greenville, North Carolina, you have your opportunity.
Big Ten, I think, I assume this is going to be considered a non-conference game for them.
But that is a strange scheduling quirk for those teams playing in this tournament and having to play one another coming up. I guess that'll be on Friday. Michigan and Maryland will play one another at Clark LeClaire Stadium. We'll talk to Audrey LeClaire coming up on the show on Thursday, so really looking forward to that and looking forward to what's going to be a fun weekend of baseball. And then we probably won't talk to Scooter next week because he's going to be busy calling a lot of baseball games. First 2-game midweek for East Carolina. They're making the Virginia trip to Blacksburg and to face Virginia Tech and also to play Radford next week.
Yep, very excited about that trip. I really don't remember us playing Virginia Tech recently in baseball, so I'm excited about that. Excited to get up there and see their facility that they've updated recently in the last few years and get to play a Radford team who has been to Greenville recently, I believe, in the last few years. So it's going to be a good spring break trip up to Blacksburg.
And Chandler, you were pointing out we've seen them on the basketball court pretty recently, but Radford will be the Highlanders will be on the schedule.
Yeah, we watched them lose to NCA&T earlier today
in overtime. That we did, and almost blow a plus 7.5, but they didn't. They lost by 7. And what a wild one that was here in the Pirate Radio studios. And then, Scooter, they'll take on St. Mary's, that's the same St. Mary's that just beat Gonzaga in basketball, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Apparently they play good baseball, too.
They are 8-0 right now.
Yikes. So they'll be making a really long trip to Greenville, North Carolina. And this tough non-conference schedule just continues to roll on for ECU baseball. Pirates will be home this weekend for the LeClaire Classic. The Gales of St. Mary's roll in the following weekend, and then finally a weekend away, right, Scooter, in Charleston?
That is correct.
All right. So
and also, ECU softball will be playing the same weekend in Charleston.
Just a fun beach trip to South Carolina with a lot of baseball and softball in between. So good stuff. Scooter, how the broadcast going with Coach O there? How you feeling?
It's been good. Ready for my first broadcast next week at Virginia Tech and Radford without Coach O.
Going solo.
Yep. He did inform me, though, that he will be making the trip to Charleston, so he will be there for that series.
So you'll be riding solo. Brickhouse was awesome.
He was
on
awesome.
Saturday.
Yes, he was. Loved having Brickhouse on Saturday. I was telling someone the other day, Brickhouse and Coach O are so knowledgeable about the game, and Coach O's knowledgeable about the traditional baseball game. But Brickhouse brings another side because he's played recently, and he's so knowledgeable about today's game. And that's one thing I loved about having Brickhouse on.
He was fantastic, and I agree. He's got a kind of a sneaky sense of humor, but also what he brings from a knowledge standpoint. I thought he was fantastic. It sounded like a veteran in the booth,
sure
and
did.
I guess he's about to get underway with some baseball himself, right?
Yep, he said he is leaving Friday, so he'll be heading to Arizona.
Yep, good deal. Because the minor leaguers are still going to play. Doesn't look like we're going to see Major League Baseball for a while. I don't even think I mentioned it yesterday on the air. You've probably seen it by now if you care. But the first 2 series of baseball have been officially canceled. So just a terrible
It's frustrating.
Stuff. Yeah.
Very frustrating.
I mean, yeah, get it done. Figure it out. Unbelievable. All right, Scooter. Well, thanks for dropping by today, man. We'll hear you on the call coming up this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for Pirate Baseball.
Thank you, Clip.
The mustache looking good.
Thank you.
I mean, you were ready for that. You were born for this.
I pulled the Clippers out at midnight on March 1st. I was ready to go.
You better CJ Mayhew better hope that you're not in the contest, or he might be in some trouble.
I don't know about that.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk some Pirate hoops with the voice Jeff Charles. East Carolina off this midweek. Be back in action coming up against Wichita State this weekend. We'll talk about that and more when we return on Pirate Radio Live here on a Wednesday. Back with you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this Thursday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at UBE, you can purchase a new Jungle Vibes Only t-shirt for only $10. There are 3 different styles, tie-dye, performance, and long sleeve, all for only $10 each, and 100% of the proceeds will be donated to the ECU Baseball Mustache March campaign to strike out ALS. Get to UBE this Thursday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and pick up 1, 2, or all 3 new Jungle Vibes Only t-shirts while supplies last.
Pirate fans, the 2022 football season is going to be one for the record books. East Carolina is coming off a 7-win bowl season, and 2022 is shaping up to be even better. The Pirates need you to pack Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium this fall with a great home slate that includes in-state rival North Carolina State. The American Conference schedule features home games against UCF, Memphis, Houston, and Navy. Season tickets are on sale for as low as $125. Get your tickets today by visiting ECUPirates.com.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
From our floor to your door, Bostic Sugg Furniture has what you need in stock, so you can get your furniture now, not later. Save store-wide, plus get special financing on our huge selection of beautiful furniture from Lazy Boy, Bassett & Rowe. Better sleep starts now on the Arctic Mattress by Serta on a Power Motion base with 48-month special financing and no money down, plus our exclusive 10-year Power Base warranty. From our floor to your door, create something beautiful at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Unfortunately, many organizations today simply react to IT issues after the damage is done. This is known as the break-fix cycle in the tech service industry. University PC Care's Business Services Division has a better way, a proactive solution called BizCare. What's at your office? Call William at University PC Care today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Woo! Papa John's just took their fresh, never frozen dough and hand stretched it New York style. So you can fold it or not. Hang on, I fold it. Get a New York style pizza from Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, the new Papa John's New York Style Pizza is a MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
The North Carolina Strut Masters Championship, presented by Leopold, is coming back to Farmville April 9th. Put your skills to the test against some of the best turkey hunters in the country, like Michael Waddell, Nick Munt, Nate Hosey, and many more. The top scoring birds will win big prizes up to $30,000. There'll be live performances by Mikkel Buck, Nate Hosey, and you never know who else will show up. Deadline to register for two-man teams is April 2nd. Registration now open at ncstrutmasters.com.
Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness is hosting its annual Live Well Half Marathon, Free 5K, and Free 1 Mile Fun Run on Saturday, March 12th at Greenville Town Commons. Whether you're a professional runner or a first-time runner, this event allows you to experience the benefits of exercise and healthy living with your Pitt County community. All courses are U.S. Track and Field certified and safe. From vendors to half-marathon finisher medals to an official award ceremony, this family-friendly event provides a fun and vibrant atmosphere. Come out and have a good time. Register today at kptonline.com.
This is Coach Blake Carroll, defense coordinator for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference in Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. You work hard for your money at Carolina Wealth Management. We believe that your money should work hard for you. Do you know if it is? To learn more about your investment portfolio, go to mycarolinawealth.com to schedule a free consultation. That's mycarolinawealth.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is Clip Brock.
All right, how about a team that's won 5 games all year, a team that won 1 conference game, has the ball with a chance to pull an upset, and they get the layup with 22 seconds left.
Oh, no.
Charleston Southern has a race, and now they're going to get a charge that they didn't call, and a 3 is no good. Rebound, inside, head fake, shot up, no good. Rebound, no,
and a foul.
Are they? Come on, refs. That should have been Charleston Southern ball on a charge.
how did they not call that a charge? He was completely out of control and ran over him.
So now UNC Asheville will go to the line, shooting two. Down by 1, the Charleston Southern. Charleston Southern this year is 5-24, and they are 1-15 in conference play. But this is why we love this time of year, because if they win this game, they are surviving and advancing and still have hope to make the NCAA tournament. UNC Asheville, by the way, 16-13, 8-8 in conference play. This is a 12-5 matchup in the Big South tournament, and this is what we love, the little guy, the underdog.
Yeah, folks, Charleston Southern is a 12 seed going up against a 5 seed right now.
Folks, this is March.
This is March. Let's we'll have I kind of want to keep it here before we get to Jeff Charles.
Yeah, Jeff can wait. Jeff can wait for a few minutes.
Yeah, Jeff can wait.
No, he wouldn't mind waiting.
He called us jabronis.
Yeah, he can wait.
This is his penance. He's going to have to wait.
Actually, I saw the Iron Sheik tweet that out like 2 hours ago. So the world is full of a bunch of jabronis, and I started laughing.
Including Shirley Rhodes.
Yeah, because I was mad at him. All right, first shot is up and good.
CJ's
so tie ball game.
Spoilers in Studio B. All right, he's not going to let us see what happens here. 77 all, 6 seconds left to go. UNC Asheville, the heavy favorite, has a chance to take a 1-point lead here. And it looks like Charleston Southern is out of timeouts. Asheville could call a timeout. And I really hope they don't, because I want to see the end of regulation. He got it.
All right, so
Asheville will not call a timeout to set up their defense. Here we go. 1-point game, 6 seconds left. Charleston Southern's got it. Counting down. Kick out, 3-quarter. No! The buzzer! It's over. Charleston Southern has done it.
Let's see.
It's over.
Let's see.
I was waiting for it.
They're going to look at it.
I could not see.
Let's see.
Ooh, she's telling everybody to go home.
Let's see.
Wow.
That was incredible.
Let's see.
A missed 3-pointer.
They're going to look at it.
And then an offensive rebound to put it in.
I don't know, Clip.
And you're right, Coach. They are going to take a look at it here. But as it stands, Charleston Southern, 1-15 in conference play, has just won a conference tournament game. And he got that off.
He got off
in
with
plenty of
0.3
time.
seconds.
And that's
it. Going to count.
That is it. No time on the clock.
The buzzer! At the buzzer!
This is March. Oh, that was great.
This is March.
That was fantastic. All right, let's get to the voice. Jeff Charles joins us on the Pirate Radio Live line. Jeff, how you doing today?
Clip, I am doing great. You know, it seems a little strange not having a midweek game.
Yeah.
That's where we are, of course, this week. And the Pirates will take off on Friday afternoon, head to Wichita for the final regular season game of the year. Where is this basketball season gone? It's gone by so very quickly. And going out to Wichita is always tough, but you have to feel like the Pirates have a fighting chance in this game. It'll tip off at 3 o'clock Eastern Time in Wichita on Saturday, and then back to Greenville, and then on out to Fort Worth to Dickies Arena for the American Athletic Conference Tournament. Next week, the Pirates will leave on Tuesday. You have to be there a full day before the tournament starts, so ECU has some responsibilities on Wednesday next week before the tournament starts on Thursday. And, of course, things have to play out a little bit more, Clip, before we know who the Pirates will play in the first round. But ECU still has a chance to finish in 7th place. They could still finish ahead of Cincinnati in the final standings. So the 7th-place team plays the 10th. More likely, East Carolina will be in the 8-9 game, but we'll have to wait and see how things play out this weekend.
Yeah, I talked to Cy yesterday, Jeff, about this midweek off for East Carolina, and he says if you're a coach, you like it in early February, kind of to regroup and get ready for the final grind of the season. But coming off 2 straight wins, and now you get this bye, as Joe Dooley told you the other night on the coach's show, Jeff, to get a mental and physical break before you play one final game, then head off to the tournament. It comes at a pretty good time. I know if you're East Carolina, you might want to get back on the floor because you've won a couple in a row and have played pretty well. But this is a nice break for the guys, Jeff, before they head off to Wichita.
Well, it really is, Cliff, and I've asked Joe that question a number of times here in the last couple of weeks, and he said exactly what you said. He thinks it's a good thing for the basketball team to have a little bit of a breather. I'll tell you what, Clip, unless you're really close to the program, you just don't know what a grind it is for these players. And not only are the practices and the meetings and the games, but after all, their students are trying to go to class, too, and keep their grades up. I mean, it is a lot on their plate. And I think there is a burnout factor that happens in February. I think you can see it with some of the freshmen with the Pirates. I mean, these guys have never been through this before. Some of them, when they get here, they've never even been on an airplane before. So it's a whole new experience, and they've just never had to go through a grind like this. And believe me, it is a grind, especially in this league with all the travel. So I think it comes at a good time, too. I think the guys should come out refreshed and fresh for the game on Saturday with Wichita. And how about Tristan Newton in the year he's having, Clip? He had another 27-point game the other day. I was looking, he's had 5 games this year now on 27 points or more this season. And if he's not an all-conference AAC player, I don't know who is. He's just had a terrific year this year for the Pirates.
No doubt about it, Jeff, and he did it in front of his cousin and all-pro running back Aaron Jones on Saturday, who was hollering in Minges Coliseum, and I got an opportunity to take a picture with Aaron Jones and Tristan Newton Saturday night at Sup Dogs, Jeff, after the game on Saturday. I had no idea they were cousins, and I thought about the connection, with Aaron Jones going to UTEP and Tristan from El Paso, but I didn't know until Saturday that he was cousins with the all-pro.
It's amazing how you find out things about players, Cliff, that you didn't know if you just talk to them or you just run into them. I know when they get the form to be filled out from Sports Information, there's a part of that form that says if you have any relation, brothers, sisters, cousins, whatever, that played sports, would you please note those so we can let people know about it? Well, some guys do and some guys don't.
Yeah.
And then just the other day, I did not know this. Joe Dooley did not even know this. And it came up in the conversation when we had Brandon Suggs on.
I heard this the other night, Jeff. I was listening to it as you found out. Yep, I know what you're about to say.
As I think the entire world found out, as a matter of fact, Cliff, because we're sitting there and I asked Brandon about the influence his dad has had on him. And, well, my dad pitched for 3 years in the New York Mets organization. And I even asked Joe Dooley that. He said, I had no idea that was the case, and I don't think anybody did. So sometimes you just have to get to know these guys a little bit better and maybe pry a little bit and ask them questions about their family, because if you don't, you never find out about it.
It was kind of funny because you were talking about basketball, and you said, Brandon, your dad played basketball? He said, yeah, in high school. And you were like, oh, okay. And then he said, yeah, and he pitched in the Mets organization. Like, it was no big deal. He just kind of, I guess some of it, like you said, Jeff, some of these guys, I don't know, for whatever reason, don't want to share that or are kind of shy and just don't know if it's a big deal or not. But that was really cool to get that out of Brandon and to also see Tristan and Aaron Jones the other night. So a good athletic family there. And, boy, Tristan was awesome in that win over Tulsa. 2 wins this year over Tulsa, Jeff, and 2 wins last week. And once again, Jeff, you and Michael Perry have had some nail biters to call. We talk about it every Wednesday because it happens every week, and it happened twice last week, 2 tight games, and the Pirates were able to be on the right side of them last week.
Well, it was big. You have to take care of business at home, and going into the game this past week, Clip, that was really kind of the theme. You got to take care of these 2 games, and even though they're very difficult to win, even if you have them at home, you got to feel like the Pirates have a good chance this year to beat a down USF team and a down Tulsa team. It's a lot easier said than done. You got to go out and win the games. But, again, it was big to win those 2. And I know sometimes our expectations here are not very big for basketball, and we might get excited about some things, and people on the outside would say, well, why are you getting excited about finishing 7th place in the American Athletic Conference? But ECU has never done that, and the Pirates have a chance to win their 7th conference game coming up this weekend in Wichita, which they've never done in the AAC as well. So there's still a lot to be played for with this basketball team, with this coaching staff, and we've been trying to get the message across that East Carolina now does have a regular season winning season in the books with 15 wins. If they would lose Saturday at Wichita, they still finish regular season-wise at 15-14. If that is the case, then they've got to win a game in the tournament to get to 16 wins and then have a winning season this year. I think we talked about that last week on your show. So there's a lot to play for. And I know when I talk with the guys both on the air and off the air, and I mentioned that to them, they really want to be the team that has a winning season at East Carolina. because the Pirates have only had 2 winning seasons in the last 23 years. I know that's hard to believe, but that's what the record book shows. And these guys would really like to be one of those teams that gets over the hump and maybe start to build on something for next year and the years to follow.
Jeff Charles joining us. It is March, and the Pirates will be in the AAC tournament coming up next Thursday. Still waiting to see if they're going to be in that 8-9 game or the 7-10 matchup. But, Jeff, we've got tournaments going on as we speak. The Big South tournament playing all day today, and will play on through the rest of the week. The Northeast Conference tournament has their quarterfinals coming up tonight. So you've got tournament action already underway. Ohio Valley is playing tonight as well. So fun time of the year, Jeff, where these teams are fighting for their NCAA tournament lives, and it makes for some great theater and the best reality TV you can find.
Yeah, no doubt about that, and I really enjoy watching the smaller conferences play. They usually start play a week before the larger conferences have their tournament. And you mentioned the Big South, and a couple of really good teams there this year, Clip. Longwood and Winthrop have both had 20-win seasons. In the CAA, they've had 3 teams with 21 wins or more. UNC Wilmington, Towson, and Hofstra. They're going to be playing this weekend. So there's a lot of really good teams. Southern Conference has had 3 teams this year with 20 or more wins. Chattanooga, Furman, and Sanford. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun, and you like to watch these teams that you don't get a chance to see on TV very often in their conference tournaments. And you mentioned the Ohio Valley, and Murray has just been terrific this year.
Yeah.
I think they're 28-2. They're moving out of the Ohio Valley. The Ohio Valley Conference is on life support. They've lost a lot of schools, and Murray is moving into the Missouri Valley, which I think is a really good fit for them. And they'll bring a quality basketball program to the Missouri Valley. So they're winding down in the Ohio Valley. But as you well know, Cliff, they've been a program that has really dominated that conference in recent years, and they've just got great basketball tradition there. I've always thought, if I'm a young basketball coach and I'm on the way up, I'll do anything I can to get that Murray State job, because that's a place where you can go and win and build your resume and then move on to a bigger school somewhere.
Yeah, and really my whole basketball watching life, they have been a team that's been in the tournament and pulled upsets. And speaking of Murray State, before we move on from basketball, Jeff, have you seen any of or seen the highlights of Ja Morant this year? And he's averaging 27 points for the Grizzlies this season, and the other night in the same quarter had maybe the dunk of the year and the buzzer beater of the decade. And he is just I know that Dominique Wilkins was the human highlight reel, but he is a walking highlight, and he has been phenomenal this year, and little in stature, but now in that MVP conversation, the way he's been able to play.
Well, no doubt about that, Cliff. And yes, I saw all those highlights that you just referenced, and he's about 6'2". And, here's a kid that was not highly recruited at all out of Sumter, South Carolina. And he goes to Murray State and has a great career there, and now we're seeing what he's doing in the NBA. He was an NBA All-Star this year. He's just a terrific, terrific talent. And I know when we were in Memphis, when the Pirates played Memphis just a few weeks ago, a lot of people were talking about him. He's become, a big-time celebrity down there, and he should. He's just a great talent. He's a lot of fun to watch play. And before we move on from basketball, Clip, I did a commentary this morning that will run this week and also throughout the entire month of March about some of the newcomers in basketball coming into the American Athletic Conference. And what I really wanted to do is try to give our listeners an idea as to what kind of a following that these schools have. And it is not a very pretty picture. I'll tell you what my research showed here. Texas San Antonio averages 865 people per game. Rice this year is averaging 1,785. FAU, 1,365. Charlotte now is down. They're actually down 1,000 more per game in average attendance than ECU is. East Carolina only averaged 3,400. At Charlotte this year, they only averaged 2,400. UAB is having a great year this year. They've been the best team in Conference USA. They've had 13 games this year under 3,000, and they're averaging right at 3,000. Believe it or not, North Texas is the leader in attendance of these new schools coming into the league in a couple of years, and they're averaging 3,730, which is best. But you have to understand now, they play in a 10,000-seat arena. So,
and I think they have a 20-win season this year, Jeff, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah, they've had a great year.
Yeah.
They've had one of the best years they've had in recent memory, and they're averaging 3,700.
Man.
So I'll tell you what, looking down the road in a couple of years, unless things drastically change, and history tells you that it won't, the Pirates are going to be playing in some empty arenas once this new league is formed, and the Pirates are competing in it in a couple of years.
Well, Jeff, you remember that year where ECU was still in the Conference USA and the old Conference USA team split to new leagues before ECU joined the American, and that was the year the Pirates finished 4th in the conference and got a first-round bye in the tournament, and things kind of eased up a bit, and they took a step forward and won some games, and we could see maybe that returning if they continue to put together some good rosters here at East Carolina. We could see East Carolina shoot up the standings here with some of these new teams in.
Well, that would be the hope. There's no doubt about that, Cliff. That would be the hope that happens down the road, and we'll have to wait and see. But it has to help East Carolina competitively.
Yeah,
so you're no longer competing against Houston and UCF and Cincinnati, because East Carolina's had very little success against those three schools, as we know, in either football or in basketball. East Carolina against those three schools in basketball is 7-34 against those three, and ECU in football against those three, Cliff, 2-17.
Man.
So the Pirates have not been able to compete against these three schools that are leading the conference. And so you would think competitively this should help ECU.
Jeff Charles joining us today. Jeff, switching to baseball, East Carolina, and you don't like that 3-5 record. You want to see that improve. What you do like is back-to-back victories against North Carolina and Duke for Cliff Godwin's Pirates, and they outscored those teams a combined 17-2. It was 12-2 last night in Durham as East Carolina tacked on a lot of runs late, Jeff, and boy, the pitching has been fantastic for the Pirates, especially in these midweek games. They beat Campbell last week 10-3, Duke 12-2, got the bats rolling, and leads into what should be a really good Keith LeClaire Classic coming up this weekend with Indiana State, Michigan, and Maryland on tap.
Yeah, it should be a great weekend of baseball in Greenville. Hopefully the weather will cooperate, and yes, it's good to see the bats come to life because the pitching has been good. So I think fans are intrigued for a big weekend coming up, Cliff. And here's an interesting note about these teams coming in this weekend. You realize that Indiana State has gone to Omaha, and they have played in the College World Series?
I did not know that, yeah.
Yeah, they have one College World Series on their resume. And I was looking the other day, Michigan has been to Omaha 8 times in Michigan's baseball history, and they have won 2 national championships in baseball at Michigan. And, of course, we always talk about Nick Schnabel and Eric Bakich coming back home, the 2 former Pirates now, the head coach and the assistant head coach. Eric is the head coach. And then Maryland's had a pretty good program, too, in the ACC, so, and then now into the Big Ten. So, you know, it's going to be a good weekend of baseball. Hope fans get out there. I'm sure that they will, and support the Pirates. Boy, if they could win 3 games this weekend, all of a sudden it gets the season back on track.
No doubt. Talking to the voice, Jeff Charles, today. Jeff, well, no basketball this midweek, so what are you up to tonight?
Well, I'll probably just be hanging around the house, as a matter of fact. We've got our interview with Michael Perry coming up tonight.
Yeah.
Up at 6 o'clock. Another podcast at 6, and Mike has really done a very good job this year on the network, working with me, East Carolina Pirate basketball. You know, we really threw Mike in the fire. He didn't have any experience, and he's done a really good job, and he's really had a great career in basketball. And when you get a chance to sit down and talk with him, he knows a lot of people, and he's had some great mentors along the way, Lefty Drizel and Dick Tarrant at Richmond. And I can remember, this was a little bit before my time, before I got into this part of the country, Cliff. I came to Virginia Tech in 1983, and Mike ended up his career at Richmond in 1981, so I never really saw him play. But I remember people when I was in Virginia used to talk about this guy named Mike Perry, who was a great player at the University of Richmond. And when he left Richmond, he was the all-time leading scorer in the history of the Spiders basketball program. You know, it's a big deal when a guy scores 1,000 points in his career. Well, Mike scored 2,145 points in his career at Richmond. And what's ironic about that is years later, when I was broadcasting Virginia Tech games, Cliff, I broadcast a game between Virginia Tech and Richmond. And in that game, a guy named Johnny Newman, who played in the NBA for a number of years, may have heard that name. Johnny Newman broke Michael Perry's record as the leading scorer at Richmond, and in the same game, Del Curry became the all-time leading scorer at Virginia Tech. So that's a little bit ironic, and it was a game that was played somewhere in the mid-'80s, a game I had a chance to witness, and I think I'll always remember that.
That's cool. Two future Charlotte Hornets there, Jeff. Charlotte Hornet teammates, I believe, Johnny Newman and Del Curry in that game. So
yes, they were.
There you go.
Exactly right. You're exactly right.
Good stuff. You want to talk about an athletic broadcast duo, Jeff Charles in the weight room and Michael Perry on the basketball court. I'll put you guys up against any team, Jeff.
Well, I'll tell you what, we both work out on the road all the time, too. You'll always find us somewhere working out. Mike, I always tell people when they look at Mike, I said, see that guy there? 30 years ago, he played tight end for the Dallas Cowboys, and nobody...
Yeah, that's believable.
He looks more like a football player than he does a basketball player, but Mike stays in shape, and he works out every day, and we have a good time working out on the road.
Well, I'll tell you what, we always talk about like the all-bus team or the all-airport team when guys look the part. When you and Michael Perry get off with the team, you guys look the part. So keep it up, boys. Hey, thanks for joining us today. We'll hear from Jeff Charles and Michael Perry coming up 6 o'clock on the Pirate Radio podcast. And Jeff, have a great call this weekend. We'll talk some conference tournament basketball with you next week.
Yeah, I'll be talking to you from Fort Worth next week. We'll be there on Wednesday, Griff, and I look forward to your call.
We'll break out the Dickies because we'll talk to Jeff live from Dickies Arena coming up next week here on Pirate Radio Live. East Carolina getting ready for conference tournament action. If you missed it earlier in the segment, we got an upset. It's a 12-5 upset in the conference tournament game. Charleston Southern won one conference game all year. They just knocked off UNC Asheville in the Big South tournament. So it is that time of year. We'll take a timeout, come back, have more for you on Pirate Radio Live, wrap up hour number 2, get you set for hour 3, where Bryce Williams will join us. We'll talk some Pirate football with Bryce in hour 3 of today's show. More to go on Pirate Radio Live. We are back with you after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
For 2 years in a row, we've been voted #1 in Greenville, so we're super thankful. For 2022, we've decided to make it the year of the customer. We're taking more COVID health safety protocols with some personal test drives where, you don't have the salesperson riding along with the customer. It actually makes them a little bit more comfortable, and they can take a drive and kind of go where they want to go and drive it how they want to drive it.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Coach Cliff Godwin. The physicians at Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center have been caring for our athletes at ECU for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for our sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care, physical therapy, and diagnostic testing. For experienced and professional services, call the team at Orthopedics East at 252-757-2663 or visit them online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. If you're looking for wings to be delivered to your home this March Madness season, Wings Over Greenville has you covered with no third party needed. Wings Over Greenville has its own in-house delivery service. Be sure to try the all-new tender sandwiches by ordering ahead on the Wings Over mobile app. Open till 3 a.m. on Friday and Saturday, Wings Over has everything to cure those late-night munchies. Give them a call at 758-9464. Wings Over Greenville. They deliver.
We have some exciting news at Angel Oak Home Loans. This is Talbot Green, and I would like to introduce you to the newest member of our team, Braxton Green. I've known Braxton his entire life because he's my nephew. He is also a recent ECU graduate and has lived in Eastern North Carolina his entire life.
This is Braxton Green, and I'm looking forward to working with you with your next home loan or refinance. Give us a call at Angel Oak Home Loans today at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
At US Cellular, we know you have a choice of wireless carriers. And while the other guys may limit your choice of free phones, at US Cellular, you can choose any phone from any brand for free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
You know what happens when you mess with a 125-year-old legend? You get Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Inspired by the legendary taste of Topo Chico mineral water and crafted with unique flavors like strawberry guava, tangy lemon lime, tropical mango, and exotic pineapple for a crisp, refreshing finish. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer is a game changer. New Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Legends never stop refreshing. TC Hard Seltzer Company, Tempe, Arizona, Auburndale, Florida. Celebrate responsibly.
This is Amanda Houston, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. Go Pirates!
This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Town Insurance is your premier independent insurance agency. From maximizing opportunities to minimizing risk, Town's insurance advisors offer expert professional advice to clients of all sizes. For personal or business insurance questions, call 756-8300 today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is Clip Brock.
Alrighty, thanks Shirley Rhodes back with you here on Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. Got Bryce Williams joining us in just a moment. It is Combine Week, and Bryce Williams was a participant in the 2016 NFL Combine, so we'll talk about his memories from that event. And also want to show Bryce the video of the squats going on with ECU training, Big John, earlier this week, and call back some of those memories as well from the weight room here at East Carolina.
As a matter of fact, we also need to ask him about his little adventure that he had earlier. Was it today or was it yesterday that adventure took place?
I don't know if it was an adventure because he was stationary because...
He had
a little tire trouble. We'll talk to Bryce about that coming up in the
vehicular unit issue.
All right, I'm jotting down all the bullet points to hit with Bryce.
Jot it down.
Okay,
thank you for that.
Where did jot come from?
That's a great question, Chandler. I love to bring up the phrases we say, the words we use, and where they originated. And jot is a good one. I'm going to jot this one down.
Jot it down.
Old content junkie over there. Can't just get by on oxygen and water. Sometimes you got to refuel the body. And he's what are you laughing at?
I'm just waiting. I'm waiting to see.
He's like in mid-snack.
I'm waiting to hear what you got to say. Because I turn around and he's just a snacking.
When you're a content junkie
face he's making
and you got a body like that, you got to fuel it with the proper edibles.
You want me to spit it out?
I want you to eat. And Content Junkie is working on some nabs over there. What kind of nabs you got, son?
I love how he just sits there and looks at you like I was just sitting here eating. Like I don't know why you're picking on me. I don't know why you're
because it's content. I'm addicted to the game.
Content junkie.
He was literally looking at you, and he's got a cracker hanging out of his mouth.
He was like this.
I see some crackers right now. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's not use that.
Use what? Are you offended?
I'm very offended.
Oh my God!
I'm very offended.
Thought it was a cracker. Now it's a snowflake. Oh man,
it was all fun and games until you threw that out.
Broke out the slurs.
Yeah, threw out that slur.
Apologies for the slur I used.
A burglary.
Sorry, I used the C word. Did we ever get down to what flavor they are? Was that like the chives? Yeah, cream cheese and chives.
Is that good?
What does it take to fuel the body of a content junkie? Little cream cheese, some chives, and he dipped a little powder substance, it looks like, into his water bottle there.
You know, I love the original Nabs.
The toast cheese. Cheese with the peanut butter.
And a Pepsi Cola.
Yeah.
And
what are you, Rick Smith?
And a Pepsi Cola. And the underrated one, the underappreciated one, is the peanut butter and honey.
I agree.
Oh boy!
Are we talking about like Nabs? Like,
yeah.
My favorite,
Getting caught by the
hands down,
Nab Holy Ghost.
My favorite has always been the toast cheese,
Yeah.
which is the cheese crackers with the cheese stuff in the middle.
Wait. Cheese on cheese?
Yes, cheese on cheese.
I thought toast cheese was the
original Nab.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's usually with peanut butter in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you also have a nip cheese.
Okay. Oh, yes. We'll call it by its correct name.
I'm sorry.
Tidbit nippy in here, Shirley. A nip cheese.
Clark Griswold.
Look, kids, a deer. So nip cheese is the cheese on cheese.
Cheese on cheese, and that's my favorite.
I'm going to try this cream cheese and chives.
I do agree with you, though, Chandler. And you know the great thing about the Nab and the Nab family is that, and I think the great thing about the toast cheese in general, you get the sweet and salty mix. If you go with the honey and the peanut butter, it's all sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like to chase that down with a salty variety.
Oh, yeah.
So
absolutely.
Thanks for chewing right into the mic. This will get you ready for the watch along coming up next week.
Yeah.
When we
I don't know.
Wait. We'll see.
Upper management, Troy Dreyfus. I don't think he likes me eating in the
oh, that's right.
in the studio. The last time we did that, I was going ham on some Tiebreakers, the Breaker wings, extra crispy.
So did HR get a hold of you?
Yeah. I got into some trouble because apparently I don't eat wings properly or politely.
Now, what if you were
eat wings one way?
So it wasn't necessarily because you made a mess.
No.
It was because you weren't eating properly?
Apparently I was eating like a caveman.
Captain Caveman?
Captain Caveman.
Captain Caveman!
What if he was eating the wing with a fork and knife, do you think?
Maybe.
Is that more proper?
So you were not exercising proper manners, and that's why you got in trouble?
I think it was just because Chandler had food in the studio. It wouldn't have mattered.
We all did.
Yeah, but more you than me.
And then Tony Dunn also had a delicious pimento cheeseburger from the Breaker.
The Breaker's got good food. Let's take a break and come back and talk to Bryce Williams, former East Carolina tight end. He will join us. I believe I just saw him.
Yep, he's walking in the door.
As we speak, walking in 3, 2, 1. There he is. We'll be back with you, Pirate Radio Live Hour 3. We got a giveaway coming up as well during this hour. Back with you after this.
Hey Chandler, what are you up to tonight?
Jenny, it's Tuesday, and I'm going to go sing with DJ Captain Morgan for karaoke at The Buck.
Well, that sounds like fun. I have to work. Well, what are you up to this weekend?
Well, believe it or not, I'm going to go listen to some live music Friday and Saturday night at The Buck.
Live music all weekend long, really?
Yep, all weekend, and they also have the biggest high-definition screen to watch all the sporting events on Sunday Fun Day.
I'm going to have to go check that out.
Yeah, just check out The Buck on Facebook or Instagram for all the information. The Buck.
At Jersey Mike's,
We take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Because Slice to Order makes a sub above. Alone, chicken, onions, peppers, and cheese have potential. Together, they have a purpose, a destiny, and a name. Jersey Mike's number 16 Chicken Philly. Because grilled to order makes a sub above.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best. Everybody loves burgers.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom with Team Coop Strong. We want to invite you to the Coop Strong race on March 19th. This unique race has a 4-mile course, a ruck division, and an awesome after party. Proceeds support the local nonprofit Coop Strong, which provides financial support for those fighting ALS, scholarships in memory of Dr. Nelson Cooper, and funding for ALS research. You can sign up at runtheeast.com and follow Coop Strong on Facebook for all of the details. As always, we appreciate your support, and go Pirates!
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show. Hosts Mark Greenhelves and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're gonna love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
If you love the food at Villa Verde, and hey, who doesn't? Now Villa Verde makes it even easier for you to order takeout. Tell us about it, Jay.
If you go to myvillaverde.com, you can order online, and we'll have it ready for you to go. Plus, you can pick it up at either one of our locations. No waiting in line to pay, and no waiting at all. Just pick it up and go. With online ordering from myvillaverde.com or from our mobile app, plus even from our Facebook page. Villa Verde, with 2 Greenville locations to serve you. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
Hey Pirate Nation, this Thursday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at UBE, you can purchase a new Jungle Vibes Only t-shirt for only $10. There are 3 different styles, tie-dye, performance, and long sleeve, all for only $10 each, and 100% of the proceeds will be donated to the ECU Baseball Mustache March campaign to strike out ALS. Get to UBE this Thursday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and pick up 1, 2, or all 3 new Jungle Vibes Only t-shirts while supplies last.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Live well, move more, and hurt less with Kinetic Physical Therapy. If you're recovering from an injury, getting back into sports, dealing with everyday pain or fatigue, the Kinetic Physical Therapy can help you get back on track and live well. Kinetic has nationally certified therapists for physical, occupational, speech, and massage therapy, all in a state-of-the-art facility on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. Visit kineticptgreenville.com for more information. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right. Thank you, Shirley Rhodes, Shan Man, Content Junkie Schaefer, all here today. And joining us in the Pirate Radio studios, former ECU tight end, he is Bryce Williams. I feel like Bryce is not a big Twitter guy. No. I feel like I got so much to show him. I want to show him the baby race. from Saturday. I want to show them my celebrity sighting. It's got so much to show you.
Yeah.
So here's the celebrity sighting, Bryce. That's ECU basketball player Tristan Newton. That's my friend Ariel Epstein. That is Packers All-Pro running back Aaron Jones, who is the cousin of Tristan Newton, who was in town to watch him play basketball. Met him at Sub Dogs. Wow. He is a little guy. Like, I'm towering over this dude.
Yeah, man. Shoot.
I don't think I could tackle him, but he's listed at 5'9". But, yeah, they're both El Paso boys, and we're hanging out in Greenville.
Hey, well, that's cool.
And very random to see a Green Bay Packer in Greenville, North Carolina. What's your most recent or most notable celebrity sightings, Bryce?
Oh, gosh.
Other than, like, seeing football guys, because you were teammates with Tom Brady and Gronkowski. But, like, you ever seen anybody that starstruck you at all?
The most recent or just the most?
Well, give us both, whatever you got.
I mean, obviously, it's been a while since I've done a most recent. Most recent. Well, I guess no, I didn't get to see John Gruden. I went to. No, I've already known those guys.
If you ain't got one, you ain't got one.
I mean, the only thing. No, I don't really any most recent.
I tell you what, while you're thinking, so Chandler, who did you say you saw in it? Oh, you saw Sal Palantonio and Jaworski.
Ron Jaworski.
I've only been on a plane like 3 or 4 times in my life. So I'm a very feet on the ground kind of guy.
Yeah.
But one time we did go on a cruise, flew down to Miami. This is not I don't even know if Bryce will know this guy. You guys will know him because you follow basketball. But I saw a somewhat celebrity in the airport. Tim Legler. Do y'all even remember that name? He worked at ESPN.
I was going to say, wasn't he a commentator?
I remember him as a player with the Washington Bullets back in the day. But Tim Legler was my airport celebrity sighting. Not very exciting. Did that give you time to think, Bryce?
Legler. I mean, I'm trying to see since go ahead.
I was just going to say, I also forgot to mention the other day, I ran into Sidney Lowe in Uptown Charlotte.
Was he wearing the red suit, the red jacket?
No, he was. I had to look him up and say, why is he in Uptown Charlotte? He was on the Utah Jazz staff, and they were playing the Bobcats at the time.
Did you like give him a Wolfpack sign?
He was on the phone, and I just went up to him, and he looked at me, and I kind of like mouthed. I was like, I just wanted to say, hey. And he was like, just
well, that's the thing, Bryce. So the other night, I don't like to bother people,
right?
So I went the Tristan route because I don't know if he knows who I am or my name, but he's definitely seen me. So I was just like, hey, Tristan, what's up, man? Good game. Hey, can we get a picture with you and your crew real quick? And they were nice. They were like, yeah, sure, no problem. So I didn't like to go up to famous folks. But,
right. Oh, yeah.
But I also want the picture. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. I mean, obviously, the most recent, I've been here since 2019. I did go out to the Raiders in 2019 for the workout, but obviously I got to see Zay, but obviously as far as
was Darren Waller there when you were there? He's their big time guy now.
It was like I said, it was for a workout, so it was me and 3 other guys. But I guess if you're dating back since I haven't been there, I mean, I've seen obviously a handful of them, but a funny encounter was when I was in Seattle. I had a buddy come visit me who's in Oregon or lived in Oregon. So we were, just strolling around Seattle, and we're sitting at a crosswalk, and my buddy is to my right, and to my left, I was like looking. I'm like, wait, what? And I did a double take, and it was Greg Popovich, right, the Spurs Popovich. And I was like, huh, what? And he saw me like double take, and he smirked, and the light turned on, he put his hat on, and he took off. Because I wasn't going to make a big deal of it. And of course, when he walked by a group of guys, once he walked by a group of guys, they're like, wait, that's Greg Popovich. And so that was a funny encounter. But as far as I was in the same area as there was a Todd Gurley had when I was with LA, like Xbox revealed. I guess Xbox, wanted him to promote this new game, whatever war game it was. I didn't know. They just knew you get a free Xbox and all that. So I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Well, needless to say, we were just we were probably in like an area like this, the size of the studio, and then they had like an outside area. And goodness gracious, there was 2 Chainz, Rich Montana, Tyga.
Now, I wouldn't recognize any of those.
Yeah,
Those are not.
Wiz Khalifa.
Wow.
And there was another rapper in there and all that. I'm just like,
did you get a picture or anything?
No, I tried to keep it cool. And I was like, dang, no. When I saw Wiz Khalifa, I was like, dang, like, he's been to Greenville and like,
yeah,
sure, and, and that would have been cool to get a picture, with him and I mean, really all the guys. 2 Chainz is pretty big. I mean, I was there, but I met when I was with the Patriots with Mark Wahlberg. Got to shake his hand.
Oh yeah,
that new movie not now, but the new movie that was coming out, something about him on the oil rig. We got to see the preview, I guess, supposedly before it came out. So I got to, shake his hand. And
okay,
he's got little hands.
Shake your hand.
Mark Wahlberg's a little hand guy. Okay,
yeah, he's got little hands.
Like Kenny Pickett.
We were at. I mean, I could tell a few stories, but when we had LA practice, of course, I mean, I saw Danny Trejos. We ate
the actor.
Yeah. We ate at his food truck. Saw him. He's a short fella. My goodness. But Britney Spears came out to a practice, I guess, with her kids. It was from I never got close to her. Yeah. The distance mainly was with the specialist.
But do you hear is there talk going on?
Specialist?
Yeah, they were just hanging out because I guess the specialists don't do anything during practice.
Yeah. No.
But is there talk amongst the practice hey guys, Britney Spears is here? Yeah.
In a way, yeah. Yeah, you're like, wait, what? I mean, like I said, we had several celebrities come out to practice, but I've seen, I've walked right by LeBron James before a game in the Coliseum, and there's oh gosh, what was his name? It was ironic. Jeffries, he was an NBA player. Jamal Jeffries. Oh my goodness, I'm drawing a blank of his.
I don't remember a Jeffries
of his name, but I may have a picture with him actually. But he was the outdoor guy.
Jared Jeffries from the Indiana.
Yeah, I think Jared Jeffries. That sounds pretty right. Let's see, and him. So he likes to fish, and I just would see him on TV or like YouTube when I would watch a fishing thing. So I was like, oh, that's cool. And then when I saw him at the game, I was like, oh heck, man! Like, so of course that was the icebreaker.
Did y'all have a conversation about?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Here's the thing. It would have been cool. He said, yeah, man, I'm in town. I'm about to go down to San Diego because he said like Bonita were running or some kind of whatever tuna was running. And I was like, it was low key, felt like an invite, but I was like, I'm not going to try and jump that
I'll
train.
Be there, or what do I say? That's
and
cool,
I know, I was like, dadgum, that would have been super cool to see a guy. I would watch him fish and
fishing in San Diego would have been pretty.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god. But I think we had like practice or we had something going on.
Yeah,
but. And then I've got a few other stuff.
There you go. It was good stuff.
It was it was cool to do all that, but I never did any of the picture stuff because I didn't want to be like some fanboy and like, right. Who is this lame?
Yeah, I never know how to truly act around people like that. Now, how about you, Bryce? On the other side, you were a star here in Greenville, so you probably got recognized around downtown and stuff. Or
I've had. I mean, it's cool. It's neat when people recognize me and stuff. Haven't had to pay for too many drinks each time I go downtown, so that's cool.
And you would have liked to have had the super celebrity bankroll, but
right,
you were in the sweet spot of being recognized, but probably not enough to where it annoyed you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
we see like videos of, man, this celebrity's a real jerk because this time he did this. And you'd like to be nice to everybody you come across, but when that happens for the 100th time on a certain day, you probably get old.
Most definitely.
I was in the Birmingham airport after East Carolina lost, after you guys lost to Florida.
Thanks, Bryce.
And we were walking towards our terminal, and sure enough, I look, and there's Shane Carden and his parents.
Really?
So, of course, we were like, let's go talk to him.
Yeah.
He did not want to talk.
Yeah.
Shane Carden.
And,
but his dad was very nice and talked to us and stuff like that.
I'm sure if we would have won, it would probably been a different situation.
Oh, yeah.
We totally understood.
Yeah.
I mean,
so it's kind of a bummer there. One time I had somebody from my hometown supposedly I guess the dad said something when I was back home. It was during all the football stuff, and I guess I heard him say, "Is that Bryce Williams?" But I mean, I feel like he was talking to the group, so I just kept walking.
Yeah.
Well, supposedly that just upset the dad, and it was actually went to school with the girl, and she sent me this whole list on Facebook. I could probably find it, or Instagram of like. Yeah,
you big timed him?
Yeah, but like I did literally I didn't intentionally. He didn't say, "Hey, Bryce." It was I could hear him muddling. I
Right, yeah.
Is that Bryce? You know, that was all it was. And she sent me this whole like thing.
Oh my!
I was saying how don't forget the little whatever it was. I'm like, yeah.
Bryce done forgot where he came from, Chandler. He's too big for us now. Big city boy.
That was
city boy.
Jared Jeffries.
Look how he was a tall son of a gun.
Yeah. Well, all those basketball players. So, like Tristan Newton in that photo, he's a guard, and he just towers over everybody, and he's a regular sized basketball player.
Because what is?
But all those guys are
like probably was he like 6?
He's 6'6", probably. Yeah, he's a tall guard. But all these guys, when you get around them, you don't realize how giant these humans are that play basketball. All right, Bryce. All right, so Mark Wahlberg has small hands. You have big hands.
Yeah, it was so funny when I shook his hand. I was like, "Ying!" I was like, "What the heck?"
That is a great segue to Combine Week. It is NFL Combine Week.
Yeah.
And you were an invite and an attendee in the 2016 NFL Combine. Did they measure what all did they measure on you? They act like you're an alien, right?
So it was Combine was, it was cool. It was a lot more chill than the Senior Bowl, like I said, because, you just did some things, went to suites, yada, yada, yada. But, yeah, they measure, you measure your hand and your body weight. So they did groups of, I think it was Combine or Senior Bowl. Maybe that was, I'm thinking.
Combine's in Indy, right? Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I was actually in Indy on my birthday that year. But I remember us, with the weights, I was like, oh, man, I got to be heavy. Everybody's thinking, oh, I got way heavy. And we had balls of water everywhere. And everybody's just pounding balls of water. And you're sitting there, and nothing moves quick. Yeah. And you're sitting there, and goodness gracious, you're about to pee yourself. And just to get down, I was like, man, that had to be that magic 260, which hindsight's 2020, should never try to be that heavy. But that was funny to 250.
You came up 3 pounds short of your 260.
All right. Yeah, the Senior Bowl I was 260.
Okay.
There was 257. Even like I said, 257 was too heavy for me.
Yeah.
And what did they measure? Oh yeah, your hand. They measure like it this way, and it's like from here to there. I think obviously a 10-inch hand's pretty cool. I think I'm just a shy under 10-inch.
What age could you palm a basketball? Do you remember, Bryce, when you were out there? I think I could
palm. I think the first time I really dunked was like right. It wasn't like the dribble. It was a strain dunk. Just run and jump was probably right before I got into ninth grade.
So you were one of the cool guys that could dunk in middle school? Because we had like one guy at A.G. Cox that could dunk, Sean Boyd.
Yeah,
and we all thought he was Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I was on the out. It was probably right before I got to ninth grade. I remember doing it. Where was the practice? I think I was practicing in the middle school gym or something like that. But ironically, I never made the middle school basketball team.
Wow,
never made the middle school basketball team.
That's crazy. Yeah. How tall were you then? Or like, were you tall compared to your peers?
I was still in the tall group, but
God, you must have stunk, Bryce.
I know. That was always kind of a funny thing. I've never made it.
Wow.
Neither did my brother.
Maybe the football coach said, "Hey, we want him to only play football."
He might have.
I don't know.
He might have. But it was funny. Even in football, as a seventh grader, I think I had to wait and I played like the fifth quarter. I didn't hardly. I think my eighth grade may have played much, but I really wasn't like outstanding. Like either I didn't get the opportunity. I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't like
you were a late bloomer, maybe.
Yeah.
Hey, Michael Jordan got cut from his team, and that's a famous story. So it happens. Do you remember? Did y'all do anything fun while you were at Indy? Because you're there for like multiple days, right?
I think we were there 4 or so days.
Did you do anything fun like at night or anything, or was it all work?
What was it? It was pretty much all work from what I remember. Because when you're there, I think it was like 3 days or 4 days. But what was neat with it, like the way we did the like under the hotel that was there, you stayed in like train cars. Like they converted them to hotel rooms. And I was like, oh, that's neat. But who was my he was a receiver from Ole Miss, Corey something. And it's like, oh man, you gotta wake up for your drug test super early. And I'm like, I outsmarted them. I said, heck no, I'm gonna sleep in. And sure enough, I woke up maybe like an hour as it's already been started, and I walked right in. Like my roommate said, you waited like 45 minutes. You know, you're sitting there holding your pee for 45 minutes before you can do it. I said, nah. I'm gonna play this game. I slept in and walked right in, but he snored. What was his name? Corey. If you could see a receiver from Ole Miss, I can't remember. He might have got drafted, but he snored loud as crap. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to get some sleep. Like, what the heck?
I'll see if I can find this guy. So I see one of the Boses was there, Ezekiel Elliott. I was looking at some of the bigger names that were at this thing.
Yeah.
Trying to find your Ole Miss buddy. There's an Ole Miss defensive player. So, we'll figure out that name. All right, we need to get a break in, so let's do that. We got to talk about Bryce's day. Was it this morning where you had some issues you had to fix?
Oh, yeah.
We got some video, some sound of that. Laquan Treadwell was a Mississippi Ole Miss wide receiver. That's not who you're talking about, right?
I swear it was Ole Miss.
We'll see if we can find them. So we'll talk about that. We'll go Pirate Radio Outdoors and have more with Bryce Williams when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
You know what happens when you mess with a 125-year-old legend? You get Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Inspired by the legendary taste of Topo Chico mineral water and crafted with unique flavors like strawberry guava, tangy lemon lime, tropical mango, and exotic pineapple for a crisp, refreshing finish. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer is a game changer. New Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Legends never stop refreshing. TC Hard Seltzer Company, Tempe, Arizona, Auburndale, Florida. Celebrate responsibly.
The North Carolina Strut Masters Championship, presented by Leopold, is coming back to Farmville April 9th. Put your skills to the test against some of the best turkey hunters in the country, like Michael Waddell, Nick Munt, Nate Hosey, and many more. The top scoring birds will win big prizes up to $30,000. There'll be live performances by Mikkel Buck, Nate Hosey, and you never know who else will show up. Deadline to register for two-man teams is April 2nd. Registration now open at ncstrutmasters.com.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
This is Steven Igo. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on HoistTheColors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
This is Ryder Giles, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Did you miss a show on Pirate Radio? Well, you can listen to all of Pirate Radio's archived local programming by subscribing to us on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, or Spotify. Subscribe today by going to the podcast app on your iPhone or Apple device and search for Pirate Radio Audio Archives. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, thank you, Shirley Rhodes. Got the Chan Man. Content Junkie Schaefer is somewhere doing some content as we speak. Bryce Williams joins us inside the Pirate Radio studios. Bryce, let's talk about Jay. There he is. Talk about your morning. And not everything is always smooth sailing. Every now and then you get a curveball thrown in when you're expecting a nice, easy fastball, and you got to adjust. And the good thing about Bryce is he's always prepared and can always get the job done. So, well, should we hear the video or the story first, Shirley? What do you think? Well, let's hear the first video. Part of the lead up to the video we're about to play. So, what happened this morning, Bryce?
So, how much should I feel? So I say just keep it like a teaser. Just let them know.
What are you on the way to do?
So I'm on the way to get some new shoes for the truck.
Okay, you're gonna go to the equivalent of Foot Locker for vehicles.
Yes,
and pick you up some new kicks. Is that all? Okay? Well, I guess take it from there, Shirley Rhodes. Here's the video from Bryce Williams.
I guess it's a good thing I'm getting new tires put on today. Ruh-roh, what a great spot for that to happen. Let's get the pumping.
And just like that, back on the road, when you got the tools you need, the job is easy.
All right, so that was a very quick video, an audio portion of a much longer story.
Yeah.
So you were on the way to get new tires, and on the way had a massive blowout on the passenger side rear, correct?
Yep, correct.
And that thing was blown out good.
Oh, yeah. So, and just yesterday, I got the front end fixed. You know, got the passenger side, how they say, hub bearing assembly, and the outer control arm, whatever. Sometimes the terminology get a little confusing. But anyway, and so I'm there, and all of a sudden my truck starts rattling on it. First thing I thought of, oh gosh, there's a bolt, something happened in the front end.
Oh, right.
And I was like, son of a gun. Well, I look in the side mirror, and my dang back tire's smoking, and got the truck moving all funny. And I was like, well, daggum. And then there was nowhere, as you see, like to pull off without to get out of the way, really. So I'm like, I get down on the curb of the side of the road, and it's pretty much a ditch, so my truck's not even level. And I was like, well, heck, I've got everything I need, heck, in both trucks in case I do have a blowout or whatever. And I'm under there pumping away, getting my jack. My floor is like a little smaller floor jack. The bottle jacks ain't worth nothing. And so I'm sitting there cranking. I'm under the bed. I see a guy say, hey, buddy. I'm like, what the heck? And sure enough, and his name is actually Robert Lambert, so thank you for stopping by.
Good Samaritan.
And he comes and said, well, let's just pull it on the side of the road a little bit, put your hazards on, I'll pull up behind you and do hazards and all that. So we do that. And he said, yeah, I've got a jack in the car. I'm thinking, I've got a jack. Sure enough, he pulls out this nice floor jack.
Yeah.
And I'm like, daggum, okay. And just went ying, ying, and it shot up. And and I was like, I'm about to get my impact out to take the tire off, and shoot, he's got his impact out and cranking away, and I was like, well, son of a gun. So that
was missing in the video.
Yeah.
No, it was Bryce just got it right by himself. Easy does it.
I would have done. I could have done it just as quick. Come on, but having him, it was cool that he stopped by, and as I'm getting the spare tire down, he's bringing his tools out. I'm like, well, okay. And the thing is, he had it in a Honda Civic, so he was ready to go. But he was I think he was like retired military, and was his week off from down in Wilmington, and he lives in Goldsboro and all that stuff. So
that was nice, and you probably made his day too. That he was able to help someone out.
Yeah,
that's cool
for sure. Like it was, it's funny. A few times I've had to be on the side of the road because a tire blew on my boat trailer, and you wouldn't believe. I bet within that time frame of me trying to figure out things before I could drive it back, I bet I had at least 5 people stop. Hey, everything good? Everything good? Need any help? So it is cool to know.
Yep.
You slap your hazards on, someone's in need, and there's people out there that'll help you.
You put kindness out there into the world,
exactly.
It'll come back to you.
Exactly. Hey, yet again, another words to wisdom. This is like our second time we've been inspirational.
That's right. Last week we were talking about call your friends, call your family.
Exactly.
Which Bryce and I never did with one another. Happy birthday, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
What was that? Last week you turned how old?
29.
Man, last year in your 20s.
I know.
It's just a number. 30's a number. 4. They're all just arbitrary numbers.
I feel 21. I got my mind.
There you go.
Still 21, I think.
What was the Jeff Foxworthy? Shirley, can you hit that again? The start of that video with Bryce, because what was this voice you were using here? Is this your you might be a redneck if voice?
I guess it just kind of came to me.
Let's hear it again, real quick. Getting there,
I guess it's good thing I'm getting new tires put on today. Ruh-roh.
What a great spot for that to happen.
Let's get the pumping.
And just like that, back on the road when you got the tools.
And here, let's get the phrase at the end too here.
The job is easy.
Now, was that on the cuff there?
That was right off the hip.
Love it.
That was just.
If you got the tools in need, the job is easy.
So during that pause, you were trying to think of what to say.
Oh, my mind was going. Trying to figure out, okay, what rhymes with need without I was going to say easy. Well, I guess I could.
The job is easy.
The job is easy.
Man, I like the way you did it.
Easy, yeah.
The job is easy.
That was right off of it, man. And then I had a buddy. I won't, call him out, but he said, "You need to take that down. You look like an idiot." Can you believe that? We always give each other a hard
I think
time.
you need to check your friends.
I'll tell you what, if I had $1 for every time that phrase was said to me, I'd be a wealthy man.
Yeah.
But that makes it fun. I thought it was fun.
Oh, yeah.
Our listeners and your fans liked it.
Oh, yeah.
So keep it coming. No turtles on the road recently.
No turtles. It's starting to warm up.
Yeah.
They might be getting out of the mud. I guess they hunker down in the mud during the cold. I don't know. But it's about time to be turtle saving season.
Turtle saving season. Get the cape on. Get ready to go. Hero.
You're dang right. I'm gonna start getting traffic cones next time, like this year. I'm gonna be prepared. Hope hazard lights, 2 traffic cones, a flare, and I'm gonna hold everything up until Mr. Franklin the Turtle gets across.
So I cannot wait for in turtle saving season to walk outside to take the trash out, and I look and it's like in the sky. It's like the Turtle Man.
Oh yeah,
the Turtle Man bat signal.
Dang right.
You need a turtle shell on the top of your truck.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool, actually.
The camper shell and do it in like a tortoise paint job.
Bryce, did you got something else to show you? It's always show and tell when Bryce is here. Did you see the squat day video that ECU football put out? I knew you'd be pumped about this.
What weight they got on there? That's the big question.
Maybe you can eyeball it.
495. Someone's hitting 500. I did a squat max recently, actually, in January. That's 5. Yeah, it's in the 5s.
There's a 625 on the board.
Because they're doing single reps, which it's all.
That's the running back.
Well,
Keaton.
Keaton. But they gotta show the weight. That doesn't do you any good. Oh yeah. That's Shane. What did he get? We can pause it and I'll be able to know what we got.
Yeah, we don't have like all the numbers and everything.
Yeah, I'll know it as soon as you.
This is more of a hype up thing, and so you can't get the exact numbers now.
Well, I don't know. I just see how many plates on, I'll know what he's got.
So you want to go through it again?
Yeah, just wherever Shane is.
There's a lot of yelling going on. So here's Keaton. I think they zoom out.
I can't see his enough.
Nah.
There's that. I'm worried about Shane.
Oh, Calhoun.
Right here.
Okay. Yeah, can you see?
So
on that side, you got 6.
Oh gosh. So 5 is 495. 5. So what's 495 plus 90?
585.
So I guess it's about 585.
Man, that's a good number, right?
That's pretty dang good.
That's your tight end there.
Yeah.
Excited about that.
And I don't know if he's got a 10 or something, but yeah, that's golly, my eyes got. That is 6, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever that 5, whatever we.
So how much are they each? I guess 45. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
4. So you got 225, 315, 405, 495. That if you just go plates, that's pretty good stuff there, Shane.
So what was your most recent number?
My most recent number was 475.
Wow.
So I have a video of it, but I won't bore you with that. I'll show you at the break, I guess.
Yeah, I want to see your videos too. We'll
there was nobody yelling. It was I could probably have gotten more. It's morning work. It's morning. This was in the morning. I was famished. Hadn't
had a hearty breakfast.
No music.
And that's why I thought you'd enjoy this, Bryce, because it's got to remind you of a screaming weight room with all your buddies cheering you on.
You can't beat that adrenaline. Of course, game day, but that's awesome adrenaline to do that.
Then after you're done, everybody's coming up to you.
Yeah, and here's the thing: you have to get it. If you don't get it, it's kind of like everybody's just like, oh well. thanks for that.
You let them down.
Thanks for letting me down.
Yeah.
We did. A part of which we would have done 1 rep maxes, but we did like reps of 6. And I forgot what mine equaled out to be. I think it was probably somewhere around there. It was. I can't remember. But
reps of 6 with all that weight on it?
We would pick a weight. We thought, okay, we think we can get that. Because there was ways to see, like this, formula or whatever. If you did X amount of weight this many times, it equaled to this number. And so we just did reps of 6. And I don't know, maybe it was like 435, 450 and for 6 or something is what I might have done. But you got Terry and CJ.
All right, the other day I was doing my Bryce impression to Chandler. I said I can't wait to show this to Bryce because he's gonna say, dang, yeah, I remember that. I remember old Swamp Monster putting up. So Terry Williams, was he?
Terry Williams was him and CJ in the squat were
Strut?
Animals. Yep.
Okay.
They were doing that, but for like
Terry's got kind of he didn't have much leg on him like you. He's kind of lower to the ground.
Yeah, he was lower. CJ same way.
Yeah.
CJ would get up. You couldn't see it on Terry. You couldn't see the red on Terry, unfortunately. I'll let you figure out why. But CJ, blood vessels busted in his face and his eyes.
Yeah.
It was fun. And we did the power clean record, and they took the record board down. I was fortunate enough to get the tight end power clean record.
Nice.
I've actually got the video of that also. But Max Day is awesome. It's super fun.
You know who I think would have, and you can correct me if I'm right, but somebody who I think
can he correct you if you're wrong?
Oh yeah, correct me if I'm sorry. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You can incorrect him if he's right.
Yeah.
Devil's advocate or something.
Sorry. But somebody I think about is before his car wreck, Terrell Stanley. I bet like he could push some weight.
Terrell Stanley was really strong. We had a bunch of strong guys, but like I said, on that back squat. But it was funny, depending on who it was. If you had the receivers throwing it, like Rocco was super strong. And like, so when you get the little guys, throwing up weight, and the power clean was the super cool. I was there when Corey Hunter, he broke the all-time power clean record.
Oh wow!
And it was like 380.
So what is that? Like to bring it up?
Yeah, the power clean is from, which I could show you. The power clean, from the ground and
then you go.
And I know you don't have to press it; you just clean it and get under it.
Oh, okay.
Corey Hunter was a running back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and he was super strong too. That's nice to see some of that guys putting up some numbers, for sure. That's some good weight by old Shane.
There you go. All right, good stuff. I thought you'd like that. Bryce, we'll get a hunt and fishing update from you when we return. Chad Moore says, keep pumping.
That's right.
Get to pumping. Let's take a time out. Shirley, as we go to break, let's make somebody a winner right now.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
317-1250. Shirley, what is on the line today?
Let's do a large 2-topping pizza courtesy of Domino's.
All right, 317-1250. This pizza can be yours if you're caller number
8.
317-1250. Back with more Bryce Williams after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
Everybody's thinking we're having some inventory issues in the car business, which some of it's true. But the good news is, we're getting vehicles from the factory every single week. So what the customer can do is come in, get an appraisal on their trade-in if they have one. They can pick a vehicle that's incoming and actually kind of build it how they want. And then when it gets here in the next 6 to 8 weeks, they're actually taking delivery of a new vehicle.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, Classic Cola, Cherry Cola, Citrus Soda, and Orange Soda. You hear that? It's seltzer with a pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Pick up some new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda at your favorite retailer today. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989, and the official beer of the ECU Pirates.
Texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
Hey Greenville, Bagel Man here with some exciting news. We are now open for dinner. This is the first time ever for dinner in our 33 years. Our entire menu is available, plus some new sandwiches like the roast beef cheddar, the Italian sub, and the meatball parm. You can also get French fries and home fries as a side for any of your sandwiches. Order online for pickup or delivery, and don't forget about our great catering. We're available 7 days a week. We can deliver or you can pick it up. Bagel Man here.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
At US Cellular, we know you have a choice of wireless carriers. And while the other guys may limit your choice of free phones, at US Cellular, you can choose any phone from any brand for free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Hey Pirate Nation, this Thursday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at UBE, you can purchase a new Jungle Vibes Only t-shirt for only $10. There are 3 different styles, tie-dye, performance, and long sleeve, all for only $10 each, and 100% of the proceeds will be donated to the ECU Baseball Mustache March campaign to strike out ALS. Get to UBE this Thursday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and pick up 1, 2, or all 3 new Jungle Vibes Only t-shirts while supplies last.
It's bow time. Ever taste something so good you just get hooked? like the Bojangler, the only fish sandwich splashed with Bo's famous seasoning. So we're having a fish fry, Bojangle style, spicing up premium fish fillets with the good stuff and slathering them with melty cheese and tangy tartar sauce to hook your taste buds with just one bite. Reel in a Bojangler today, only at Bojangles. And it's Bo time.
This is Tim Doust, ECU Football Special Teams Coordinator, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a look at your stock market report for today. It was a good one. The Dow was up 596 points and closed at 33,891. NASDAQ was up 219 points at 13,752. And the S&P jumped ahead 80 points at 4,386. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. And congratulations to Alan Meekins of Washington. Picked up a large 2-topping pizza courtesy of Domino's. Domino's of Greenville has 3 locations to take care of you. Every day, all 3 topping pizzas are only $7.99 each for carry-out only. Order online today at Domino's.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live, watching friend of the show, Emery Hunt, joining us, part of CBS Sports Network. And I was able to catch up with him in the past. Bryce, he is at the Combine, so I might need to check in with him, talk a little NFL draft. What are the Commanders going to do at quarterback?
The old Commanders.
You'll get used to it, Bryce. It might take you 10 or 20 years.
I need to. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Okay.
My grandma's a Redskins
formerly
fan, formerly Redskins. I need to ask Grandma. She might be listening though.
Yeah.
But my grandma thinks of the new name.
Yeah, I would love to hear that. Actually,
she might be listening. I need to ask her.
I'm gonna say she's probably not a fan of it.
Yeah,
but I'm kind of to the point where whatever. That's the name now. I'm just gonna roll with it and hope we put together a good team on the field.
Right.
Got to get a QB in there first.
Yeah. But what about Heineke? Is he not there?
He's there.
He's just not.
I think Heineke's a great backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Maybe the best in the league. I just don't. We've seen him as a starter. I don't know. I don't want to be too harsh on the guy.
I got you.
I would not mind another option.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, Bryce, let's go Pirate Radio Outdoors. Talk about what you've been up to this week, hunting, fishing. Talk to a lot of the baseball guys now, Bryce. They come in here and ask them their hobbies, video games. They can't really play basketball or sports like they want to because they are student athletes.
Yeah.
So I hear a lot of hunting, fishing, and they're kind of bummed they don't get to do it a lot this time of year because they're playing baseball.
Yeah.
So how about you? You been out there this week?
Well, I haven't, got to hunt anything or fish, but, I went home, obviously for the birthday to see my mom and dad and that, the Williams side of the family. And we did get to, mom and dad did purchase some new land, still in the county, but new land to build a house on. So we went exploring there. It's raw land. So we got to walk through the woods and field, and, Dad showed me the layout of the house and things like that. So of course we did see a bunch of deer tracks, turkey tracks, shoot some coyote, pretty much everything was out there. So we got to explore the new land, for mom and dad's, new homestead, as we'll call it. So that, that was good to see what, they got coming up. And then as far as the boat, looks like I'm getting upgrades. My upgrade to the new motor seems to be happening. I've got a guy coming tomorrow to purchase my boat motor so that I can purchase a little newer, a little less hours, and more horsepower on my boat. So
you're finally getting that transaction done. I feel like you've been talking about that for a while.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've had 2 people stand me up.
Yeah.
Hey, man, one guy said, yep, I'll, what was it? That morning, I was talking to him at like 9:30, and the guy's like, Yeah, I'll be there in a minute. I'll touch base with you. Not be there in a minute, but I'll touch base with you. He was coming from wherever the heck he was. But 9:30 that morning, I haven't heard a word from him since. And I had the boat, the car lot ready to do the whole deal. So, all right, thanks, bud. Thanks for the heads up or whatever. And then another guy texted me. Sorry, man, yesterday was crazy. What time's good for you today? I said, oh, man, anytime. Just let me know. Ghost. Nothing. Ghost. But this gentleman came by yesterday evening. Bam, bam. Agreed on a price. Put a deposit down. No, 2 days ago. But, shoot. He should be coming tomorrow morning.
I hope you don't have another story to tell.
Well, which will be fine. If he doesn't show up, I get to keep his deposit. So,
okay. There you
by all means. I've got plenty of people in line. So, we got that transaction going. I'm a little hesitant because I'm going from Yamaha to Mercury.
Okay.
So I got to change everything.
Alan Jackson was crazy about a Mercury.
He was. So we'll hopefully my transaction with the old Mercury is good.
Chandler over there shaking his head at my liners.
Hey, I liked it.
Thank you, Bryce. That's what it's all about. He wants me to stay in my lane. Sometimes I get out of lane, Bryce.
That's what the rumble strips for.
While you're talking, that's true. I saw this on Twitter. It's trending right now. Tony Stewart, NASCAR driver, former driver, his home is for sale. Jeez. And people are comparing it to a Bass Pro Shop. So there's the exterior. But when you go inside, it's got a 2-story waterfall and a trout stream in the entry. How would you like to have some trout in the living room there? Is that too much?
Golly, I love hunting and fishing.
You could stock your dang living room.
Yeah, come on, bud. I mean, you took it just a little too far.
That is nuts, man.
It's a heck of a conversation piece.
Heck yeah.
But, God, that's a little much. It's super cool. I mean, just think of the thing. I mean, you got to maintain that water. You got to feed them little koi fish. And it's a hazard. You imagine my little kid would constantly. What if it gets under the bridge?
Yeah, true.
So
good thinking.
It's super cool to visit.
That'd be a cool weekend vacation type of thing,
right?
Whatever.
And I see the price tag. I mean, I'm not paying property tax on that. You kidding me?
Good call.
God, I mean, it is cool.
But Lord, if he didn't go all out on this baby,
that's a little much.
A little much. Tony Stewart, it's available for you folks that have a lot of money. And like a bridge and a trout stream in your living room.
No doubt. I mean, you got how many different types of, how many years of Christmas card backgrounds? There.
Yeah.
I mean, goodness gracious.
A lot of family photos taken in that
on the
joint.
bridge. I mean, you make people think you're out in the wild. Stay on the bridge.
All right, we got to take our final time out. We'll come back, wrap it up with Bryce Williams here on a Wednesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We're back with you after this.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers through the year of COVID. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service. Safety comes first at Greenville Utilities. Did you know that by itself, natural gas is completely odorless? As a safety precaution, a chemical is added to the gas that gives it a distinctive and unpleasant odor. This allows you to detect the slightest amount of natural gas both indoors and outdoors. If you smell a strong odor of natural gas in or near your home, you should immediately call Greenville Utilities. GUC maintains staff around the clock in order to provide immediate response to emergencies such as natural gas leaks. You can count on GUC to keep safety job number one.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
Uptown Greenville's newest dining experience is open and ready to serve you. The Sidebar, a Tex-Mex fusion restaurant, offers lunch, dinner, and Sunday brunch from 10:30 to 2:30. Located right beside the Dickinson Avenue Public House, the Sidebar has indoor dining and patio seating for everyone to enjoy. For the latest information on reservations, menu items, and more, follow the Sidebar on Facebook or on Instagram at sidebar.greenville.
Hey Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary? That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
Hello, friends. This is Troy D, here to let you know that the Masters is just around the corner. Stock up on all your Masters gear with a visit to Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics has a wide variety of vintage, officially licensed Masters polos and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person at 304 Evans Street in downtown Greenville or online at shoptailgateclassics.com.
When I need jeans, I order online because I know exactly what I want. They have just one moving part, and if there's something wrong, I exchange them. Buying a vehicle, especially pre-owned, is way different. Lots of moving parts. You don't want to get stuck. For a worry-free purchase, visit Phelps Chevrolet. We've been here in town a very long time. You know us. You know we stand behind everything we sell. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Come get you one.
Hey Pirate Nation, this Thursday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at UBE, you can purchase a new Jungle Vibes Only t-shirt for only $10. There are 3 different styles: tie-dye, performance, and long sleeve, all for only $10 each, and 100% of the proceeds will be donated to the ECU Baseball Mustache March campaign to strike out ALS. Get to UBE this Thursday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and pick up 1, 2, or all 3 new Jungle Vibes Only t-shirts while supplies last.
Hey everybody, this is David Glenn, and you're listening to my favorite station in Eastern North Carolina, Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Watch all of Pirate Radio's local programming on YouTube Live. You can watch Pirate Radio Live Monday through Friday, 3 to 6, and the Bud Light pregame tailgate and the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter on game days. Just go to YouTube, search for Pirate Radio TV, and then click on that subscribe button. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Alrighty, getting ready to wrap up today's program. Bryce, always fun to have you in here.
Oh yeah, always fun time being here.
We got ECU baseball in town this weekend, Pirate basketball in the conference tournament next week, spring football on the horizon, so we'll have plenty to talk about with you, especially when we get into spring football, Bryce, coming up soon.
Oh yeah, that'll be I'm planning to get out to at least one.
Oh, you did get out to something.
I did.
We forgot to mention that.
I know, come on.
That's on me.
I know.
So what are you, like, not going to bring it up because it's on me to bring it up?
Well, we were just in a flow. I didn't want to mess it up.
We did have a good flow going.
I did see that you posted on your Instagram story that you were back at the FIC and you were in the Murphy Center, I guess, for one of those early workouts.
Let's table it for next week.
Jot it down.
Yeah, I bet.
Jot it down.
But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw this sheet of paper away.
Right.
I'm going to put it right up here.
Right there.
That's where the important stuff goes.
Exactly.
You just
here
said,
and here.
Yeah, that's right.
And you just said a word, Bryce, jot. We need to figure out where jot originated.
We talked about that earlier in the show, the word jot.
Oh.
We use it in that one phrase, jot it down.
How you spell jot? Just J-O-T?
I'm saying J-O-T, yeah.
J-O-T or J-O-T-T.
J-O-T-T-T.
Oh, jot.
All right, next week we'll talk to Bryce about why he was hanging out at Dowdy Ficklin Stadium for some workouts and more. Bryce, enjoyed it, buddy.
Thank y'all for having me.
Chan Man, Shirley Rhodes, Content Junkie Schaefer. We'll see you Thursday, 3 o'clock, Pirate Radio Live. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice